Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, I know it is night, but I'm just now getting a few things taken care of. I just want to get this covered because tomorrow's going to be a busy day. I'm finding out that several of the screen paints I did order for doing demonstrations on the blue will be here pretty soon. Also, too, what's another thing? Real quick, we're going to start beginning figuring out exactly what we're going to be charging and what we're going to be 12 on Friday at 12, something like that, little in there between there. Also, too, we're going to be start construction and working on labels and getting those labels designed for the blue technology so we can get those ready for the patent attorneys to start setting up the copyrights. All right, so we were able to obtain everything we needed from just about, well, actually everybody. The only person that we did get rejected on was Crow's screen paint. We got rejected from them, which I knew was going to happen either way because someone that claims to have our product technology capabilities is clearly going to reject us at all costs, and we've had these before. And the last video that I did, I put in a detailed link description of the cancellations that we went through last year. We were able to obtain the paint. Eventually, he got to a point where he basically finally let an order go through, and that's how we were able to obtain the UV mix. And then, after he let the UV mix go through, we applied for another one, which was the personal mix. That's why I had the two sample sheets here. I have one coated with the UV mix, and the other one is coated with the personal mix. Glad that I did hold on to those because I didn't know when the next time I was going to be able to get paint from this particular individual because, like I said, he does not like to, he doesn't want us having his product. And that's what I find kind of strange, that he goes all out of his way to make sure we can't get our hands on his product. Anyone else I can order from, anyone can order from me. But when it comes to him, it's virtually impossible trying to get his product, and he does not want it coming here. The reason why he does here, because he knows that the tests that we do over here are extremely brutal. We do some very brutal tests when it comes to our screens. This is why our screens can produce images in fully lit environments and look absolutely incredible, because we put our screens through very, very hard, vigorous testing. Anyone who's going to make a statement that they are the same as we should be able to go through the same test as our technology goes through. If they cannot go through these tests, that means they are nothing like us to begin with. And the fact that this particular individual has fought so hard to make sure that his product does not end up on our doorstep clearly shows that he is not in our category. And pretty much all the demonstrations he's doing on his channel are nothing but smokes and mirrors, because over here we will test it to the full extreme. There'll be no cutting corners, there'll be no babying the screen paint, none of that. All right, so this is the first order we put through. Let me see if I can find it up here on my eBay account. So this is my other eBay account. I use this for purchasing and buying things from here and there. We first purchased the screen paint. Let me bring this up a little bit, maybe so you can see a little better from here. That's better, and then bring it down some so you can see where we first made our initial order. We couldn't order through our other account because our other account has been banned. I thought for a minute that maybe he just blocked everybody on the account, like he just blocked everybody. So I wanted to set me up another account and went in and went right through. So personally, he blocked my account on my other eBay account to make sure we couldn't order the paint from him. So we set up another account, new email, whole 9 yards, came back in, placed the order, it went through. I had to go through frenzy because I couldn't remember where the heck my debit card was at. And then I just remembered I was gaming that day, making some orders on Steam, and it slid behind the chair, and I was able to find it and place the order. So the order went through. We paid $75 for the item. Let me see if you can see all that there. I might have to scroll up a little bit because I don't think you can see that. From wires and cables, there's a wires cable managed down. I still manage that cables and wires in places that I don't want them at. All right, so here we paid $75 for the item, including all the tax and everything that came with it. It came to $104.04. We $9, and we pay for the shipping cheaper than him, especially when it comes to black silver. All right, so this is what we purchased on the 23rd. Come back over here, you can see the date right there. We purchased on the 23rd, which was yesterday. And the estimate delivery time was supposed to be here Tuesday, December the 1st. This order was automatically canceled within seconds. The minute it came through, I will show you the email addresses. Actually, some people yesterday, when they saw the transaction went through, they were actually watching the emails go right through the account, showing that he canceled the order that quick. His accusations by saying that he does not deal with scammers is a complete lie, due to the fact that we do have in our second count, we do have 2 orders that did go through. This is how we were able to obtain his signature. He signed this container when he sent it over to us. This is how we're able to obtain it, because the order did go through, and we did make the purchase. He did make a profit off our payment. We made a second order right after that, because at that particular time, I think we put enough pressure when we did it live that he had no choice but to open the shopping cart up, but to make the sale to us. So we're able to obtain this one and the personal mix. That's why I have 2 sample sheets here. One's coated with the personal mix, and one's coated with the UV mix. All right. From there, that's when he went in and basically started gouging, because we wanted more to buy from him. And he started gouging the price. And on the price, he charged me $208 for the paint, which I'll show you all that in a few minutes. That's on the second account. And that's when we had the dispute on text back and forth, because in the text message sent to me that he was not going to give my money back, or he was not going to ship out our order, which we had to go into PayPal, file a complaint to get our money back from him. Now, there's a lot of things y'all don't know about that I don't tell y'all. There's a lot of things you don't know. Some things I just keep to myself, but sometimes some things need to be known. All right, so as you can see, there's the order right there. Everything went through perfectly. Now, on my end, on my email, let's go in on my email. Let me go see if I can go in and redo this again. Let's see what we get right here. So right here, it shows my cancellation. The team was cancellation by the customer cancellated. Right here, this is the only thing I have in my account. I have nothing in my account but here, because this is my only account. This is another account we had to set up in order to get the product. And it shows the order was canceled. Order was canceled. So Gonzalez. Yeah, I know your full name. I do know. I know. I call you Jamie out of respect on eBay, on YouTube, but I do know your full name and address. So I explained that to you crystal clear already. Right here. Let me see. So as I said, our order was canceled. Now, after that, we go in and we check the email set up for this account right here. So there's my email account set up. Now, in my email account, you will see our first order that did go through. That's the first order that went through. And I said right there on camera, I said, I bet you that he cancels this order. And he did. It's exactly like when I told him it was obtained screen, not just from him. I obtained screen paint from other individuals, one named HD Screen Paint, and the other one by the name of Pro Screen Paint. We ordered both of those. Next week, I'll be ordering that Nox. I think it's NOX. I think that's what it's called. I'll be ordering from them, because I'm trying to find kind of like a grayish or something to go against the blue, because blue isn't exactly black and isn't exactly white or whatever. So I think gray fits the category of where it could fit in with another screen. I requested that XY screens or black surface. I put in a request for their sample sheets. I put in new requests for elite screens, because some of the ones I have over here, sample sheets, are pretty beat up pretty bad. Also put in a request for DMP Supernova. I applied for a request for with Daylight. I had all this stuff here to begin with. I don't think they have anything new over there for me to obtain. But so I put in a request for a lot of people. That's why I have a drawer full of different samples, because I test against everybody. All right, so right here, you're showing my item number, and it shows here that the order. So he canceled the order out. something was wrong with the buyer's shipping address. So that's the excuse that he gave to eBay. I did contact eBay and let them know that the account, my address, which they will check my address, is an official United States Postal shipping box, which means that it's the most secure address that you can send something to. So for him to say the account looks, the address looks suspicious, keep in mind, Jamie, I will call you that because I do know your phone name. I will call you that. Keep in mind that eBay, when you put something up as suspicious, they have to go in and they have to investigate that. So that becomes a ticket. So they go in and they investigate, and they will find out when they research the address that it will show up as a United States Postal Service shipping box, which is a legit box, which makes your claim falsified. You have to think about all that stuff before you just go out and make outlandish accusations thinking that it's going to stick. It's not. They have to research everything. All right. So, and they'll also notice when they check the account that they verify with the United States Postal Service, it would show that I did show up at that particular branch. I did go in and basically apply for a larger box, just upgrading the account, which I've had for quite some time, in which that is the same box that you have purchased. Well, actually, we have purchased 2 different forms of screen paint through you, and you did accept transactions, and therefore this is what. All right, so he issued us a full return. We did get our money back. We got a full return. It showed up on my PayPal account that he did reject the order. He did send us back our money. All right, now in between, he is now sending us messages where he is saying that, sorry, I do not ship the United States Postal Service boxes, which is clearly an outrageous lie, because if you didn't, we wouldn't have your item right here. I wouldn't be holding your item right now if you did not ship to us. And we only do for certain particular individuals that may be a bit too shisty. I have PO boxes set up for that. Like if I'm buying something online and I'm really not sure about where I'm actually buying from, but I do want the item there, I am protected through PayPal once I make the purchase. As long as I do it through PayPal, the PayPal I'm covered through PayPal debit card, but you get your money back a little bit more faster if you go through PayPal to PayPal. Experience from life. So I will use the post office box that has them items shipped there. Once I get a chance to inspect the items and find out they are legit, then we'll post our real address and then they'll be able to have it shipped directly to the house. Because keep in mind, every time the driver has to go out to pick up items from us, it costs me money. So, as he states at the bottom, sorry, he does not ship to United States Postal Service boxes. I do not do business with conmen, which is funny because you had done business with us, because this is the reason why we have your UB mix right here in my hand, which means I purchased this from you. So you do business. So you're crow boys in here. Crow boys don't come in here when I do these at all, because they know they can't back up anything at all whatsoever. If a person is not doing things legit by the book, they will hide just about everything they possibly can to keep from anyone from knowing. If you know, I do a ton of live demonstrations. I display everything on display. I keep nothing from my customers because I have nothing to hide. All right, so here he says he's canceling the order right there. At the bottom, let me see, that's basically about it. He just sent me one message, that's basically about it. This just confirms, right here, this is to confirm the order that we got from him that was supposed to be shipped to our post office box. This is the item right here where my order was canceled from the individual, where he canceled my order. Showing by eBay saying, look, this fellow has canceled your order. Something's wrong with the shipping address. Like I said, played out live, but you know, we went in and already spoke to them about it. They were going to be doing a background on the I have to just do a background on the shipping address and find out for yourself. To find out when they go back and research, they'll find out that it is an official post office service box, so it is very legit. Let's see, and anybody else and keep in mind, anybody else who has a post office box knows the United States Post Office box is legit. So everybody knows that one. I think that's what he was sending to me. He was explaining to me, he probably explained to the YouTube channel why he canceled the order. But I've already said from the door that he was going to cancel the he was going to cancel the order. I explained that already, that he was going to cancel right from the door. There was no way in the world it's going to end up here, because he knows darn well if that product does end up here, it is going to struggle like crazy, because he does not do the same test as we are. But we do have, he's already seen what happened to the UB mix. He's already seen what happened to the personal mix. Like I said, demonstrations are not done to slander him in any way. The demonstrations are done to show the advancement of our technology versus everyone else. And that's what we do with Elite Screens and all these other companies we have in there. It's just done to show, to stack it up, to show exactly our technology versus everyone else. Because when I first started off, I was getting those kind of questions. Or what about your technology with Elite Screens? And what about your technology in this screen? Have you done this screen? Have you done that screen? And that's when I said, you know what? I'm just going to gather all these sample sheets, all these screen paints, and we'll see who is the best. And that's what you have to do. When you're testing your product, you have to test it against people that want to say they are like you, and you have to prove them wrong. And you got to test it against people who think they can be better than you. You have to see how you stack up. There's no point in me designing a screen paint and I don't go against the big dogs, because when I first started off, I was challenged to a lot of that. So, you know, that's why I have all those sample sheets there. It's also good for you researching when you're building your technology. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, I've been doing this for around 10 years. There is no point in me whatsoever getting any form of credibility of Crow screen paint, because, as I said before, it's not on our level. It's not on a category of things we do. But because this individual took it upon himself to say that he's in the same category as us and that we are potential scammers and other nasty things he said about us, I felt that, okay, and if that's the case, then I will buy your products and I will bring them over here and we will do demonstrations on our level. No in the dark, no this, no that. We're going to use low entry level projectors. We'll take you outside. All the stuff that our screens have to go through, you have to go through with them. And he knows his screens will not pass those tests, especially when you're saying that a personal mix or a UB mix is the same as a 12, and it's clearly not. 12s can blend a UB mix easily, and then when it comes to contrast, the UB mix cannot catch up. All right, so we can see right here, we're all canceled out here. We can obtain. Let's go back to eBay real quick. I'm gonna pop back over to eBay real quick. I wonder if he had placed a ban on us here. So what we're gonna do is, because if he puts down that the PO box is suspicious, like I said, eBay has to go in and they have to investigate the box or the address, and they will find out that the box is an official Post Office Service box. They will contact me, and also, like I said, we already contacted them today. Let me see if we can go in back into his account, which we're going to go right now back into the account. So as you can see right here, what Cleary said that we have bought from this individual, I said, item. All right, that is our second account. We are going to go over. Let me shrink this a little bit. I got to pull those wires in a little better, because every time I come through with my camera, I snag one of those cables. So we're going to go upstairs. This is the first account that we did make transactions through. We were able to purchase 2 of his screen paints with no problem whatsoever. I do have videos of unboxings, which I will post in this video, showing that his product did make it to this destination and we did purchase from him. Okie dokie. Let me turn on my projector here. I'm going to be working on my cardboard projection screen today. That I am going to be doing. And I got to figure out where I'm going to put it at, to tell you the truth. Pretty sure I got some room in here where I can set it like that. Well, I got a motorized projection screen. Waiting for my everything to cut on real quick. I got a motorized projection screen. I could roll this screen up because I'm not using it for right now. I'll roll this up and I'll put my setup here for right now, because that screen can roll out to the plus side of having motorized projection screens, which I'm gonna roll it out right now. Get it rolled up. All right, that's perfect. I'll roll that up. That'll give me enough room to put my cardboard projection screen right there for today. Yeah, I have motorized projection screens in the home. I have a lot of screens here. I test on everything I can get my hands on. Got a motorized screen right over there. Anybody's been asking me questions like, hey, can I paint on that? Got a motorized screen right there. We don't want to use it all the time. I think, can't remember which count to which because all these have different accounts. I got to order more ink too. Ooh, I kind of forgot about that. Let's do that with more ink. Let me get that out of the way. All right, so I'll lay it on because I don't want to cross that. I want to talk about the Black Friday sale we're having. So I'm basically going to, I'm not going to add that in here because there's no point in plugging that in here. This is something completely different. All right, so we're just going to log into our other account right now. I'm going to switch to the side because last night I was actually up on, I was checking accounts on eBay. Fernando Gonzalez. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I do know you. Let's come out of checking my account to make sure, my PayPal, to make sure my funds actually went back to my account. He did transfer the money back to my account. So thank you for that, for not doing the other thing he did last time, which was completely uncalled for. What the heck was that? I know I just saw a shadow walk by. Can't be a human being. As a human being, the cameras would have been going off like crazy. All of them are going off. And I got backup cameras that trigger off too. Yeah, that's not that. That's got to be a fox going by. Fox or a raccoon going through. All right. Okay. Now, this is the okay. This one we made 2 orders from them that were canceled. So we'll come up here. If you notice, the order is going to say $208. The reason why it's going to say $208 is because I'll post those videos too. I got the video links already set up. And that video we did live, we requested his product twice. He denied us twice. After putting a little more pressure on him, customers were putting pressure on him, asking why he wasn't selling us the paint, what was the problem. He finally went in and let the order go through. He gouged us the first time. We paid $75 was the original price. We paid for that. We canceled the order. He did this live. He went back in. We placed another order. He changed the price to $150. We went in and placed the order again. He canceled the order. They watched it all live. We went back in again. He charged me $208. Paid for the order. Again, I told him I had $3,000 in my account. Keep jumping it. Went in. He did it again. Here we go. We're going to link click right here. Everybody knows if you buy from eBay or seller, you will get a little icon at the showing that you have purchased. We hit our details right here. And this will bring us to what we ordered. Eventually, he did let it go through after receiving some comments from people asking why was he behaving on that matter. The order was canceled. Real quick, so you can see on stand. So the order was canceled right there, and what we paid for the order was $208. That was refunded, but it wasn't refunded. We got into a little discussion on the phone, which I'm not going to review that because all this information is going to pop up, as in his address and all that stuff is going to pop up. But in that conversation, he stated that he was not going to give us our money back, or he wasn't going to ship out the item, and therefore we went into PayPal and we filed a complaint to get our money back. But he ordered, you see the price that we paid for was $208, because he figured that if he kept raising the price, he would discourage us from buying it, and that was not a problem. We had money in the account set up for that occasion because he was going to try to do everything he possibly can. So, as I told you before, one of the things I do not like how he has his page set up. And at the bottom, you will see right here, or I'll show you, it shows my, actually my Havertz post office box right there. At the bottom is being shipped to is the same address, which is displayed on the other account. This was from 2019 when we tried to make this purchase from him. Right over here where it says Crow String Paint, this is how it's going to show up on your receipt if you are trying to get any form of his screen paint products. Hello, I am immersed in the screen paint. Beef is okay, whatever. It's not a beef. Keep in mind, it is not a beef. It's not a beef, and I'll tell you why. You can't compare yourself to have the same technology we have. We never have ever compared ourselves by saying, oh, we have Crow's technology. We're just saying he's copying us. We don't do that. When you try to make yourself something that you're not, then I'm going to have no choice but to come in and prove you wrong. And that's what anybody would do. So don't take it as a beef. It's not a beef when we win every last one of them, because he can have that right now. I'm not going to block him from that. I have nothing to hide. But when you basically make a constant campaign when someone's product, when you constantly review it by saying it's too dark, it's this and that, and you constantly throw slander against it, it is my job, it's my company to go in and recorrect that nonsense and show that this particular individual is doing wrong. Now, you may not like it, and these are Crow boys that don't like it, that he's being outed this way, but this is what it is. Now, if you have something to hide, you would do all costs, everything you need to do to make sure that the truth does not get out. All right? But if you're honest about what you're doing, you have no problem with displaying what has to be done. I don't know why he's so terrified of us bringing we already have him here, bringing some of his screen paints here and doing demonstrations. You know why? Because he's not on our level. He knows he will not pass any of the tests that our screens have to go through. That's the reason why I can walk through an environment, in a fully lit environment, and display my screens, because of my testing, and he can't. You can't compare yourself to somebody else when you're not even in their category. So therefore, why is he going through such great measurements to hide his information to make sure we don't get it? There you go. Don't look at it as beef. It's not beef. It's basically putting a particular individual in his place and telling him to mind your own business. That's what it is. If Crow continued to sell his products on his level and kept our name out of it, he might do a review so-and-so. I don't care. But when you start tampering with the products, making the paint so too dark, hitting us with tons of, trying to flush out our screens with tons of ambient light, just doing little sneaky stuff like that, now you got our attention. And since you have my attention and it's my company, I built from the ground up, I have a right to come in and defend area. So if you feel that is then that's your statement. All right? All right, get that straight before you come in here and start running your mouth. That's toward the Crow boy. Now, over here, this is where we purchased the paint. This is the problem I have here. If I wanted his Frankenstein mix, there's no way in the world that would ever show up on my receipt that I ordered a Frankenstein mix, because the way he has the page set up is that whatever you order, no matter what you want, it's still going to come out as Crow's front projection screen paint, best paint mix for your budget. That's what's going to come out on your receipt. The only way you're going to be able to get that particular item that you want, you have to email him. I don't understand that. eBay has multiple categories that will allow you to be able to select and categorize your items on what you are selling. So if I can go in there to Mighty Brighty or Pro Screen USA, and I can order their high definition mix, or I can order their white level mix, or whatever different forms of mixes they have categories that allows me to go in and pick out which ones I want. So on my receipt, it will show exactly what I ordered. Where here, I can't get exactly what I order because I have to email him to let him know. So why are you doing it that way? That clearly is a huge red flag right there. All right, so as you can see, we have one here that was for $208. Right here, we got another one at $75. I told you price kept jumping. If he would mind his business and stay within his lane, not a problem. I couldn't care less. I really couldn't care less at all. If you see the projects I do on a day-to-day basis, I'm an extremely busy person. But to continue to come in and compare yourself to us and slander our technology, then if you feel that you are like us, you have no problem doing our test. So why are you denying us? All right then. All right. So after all that, so that shows right there clearly that he did make a purchase through our company. Well, actually, we made a purchase through him, and we were able to buy his items. So by him saying that, no, the post office, the address looks shifty, it looks strange, it's weird, I can't ship to him, that is a lie. See, I'm watching TV right now. My lights are on. So that's not true because we have made purchasing through him. Like I said, after a while, things got a little heavy for him, and some of his own started questioning him about why he was canceling our orders. And then he finally went in and he finally let the order go through. And I figured since we got him now on a good get from him, we ordered a few from him. So in here, the order detail as it shows, and the other one right there shows the order that we paid for, which I showed you upstairs. This is a different account, different eBay account. So he banned the other account so we couldn't get in and get anything out of him. And right there, it shows right there. And keep in mind, Crow, when you make a statement by saying to that the account that you ordered, the placement came through looks suspicious, understand that eBay is going to send that to their investigation team, which means they're going to go in and they're going to investigate my post office shipping box address. And they'll show that it will come up under the United States Postal Service, which is a very secure place to actually have packages sent back and forth. Anybody here who's ever had a post office shipping box, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I can see if it was something like overseas and it was a post office box that they weren't familiar with, then they would investigate that. But something here with the United States showing that it is from a legit post office, that you're going to have a hard problem by saying that address looks suspicious. And we will request that they go in and research that too. So here we are. Now, as I said before, within my emails, which I have displayed, I told you that he was going to cancel the order the minute it came through, and he did. He canceled the minute the order came through, and everybody watched it right there. They watched me make the transaction, and he watched the emails come through, because this is my other email account that I use for business, where he canceled the order right from the door. The minute, it wasn't even there a hot second, and it was canceled that quick. So he says right there, because he felt that the address, this is what he told me, that the address was looked suspicious. Something that was wrong with the address. Nice knows you have to show a lease of your resident on where you're at. You just can't walk in here and set up a box. They want some serious information from you. So you have to come in there with a state ID or a driver's license, and you have to have a lease of where you live matching the exact same address that's on the state ID. So if you moved, and you got a new ID, you have to go and configure something, or get a letter from your landlord or something showing that you live there and you are that person. Now, because of COVID-19, this is how serious they are. Because of COVID-19, I haven't left my house since March 11th, and I'm completely, because I have lung issues, I'm completely terrified by going outside and being around people, even though I'm masked up all the time. I went out and applied for this service. So the first time, my driver went down to do it for me, and they told her, no, we can't do this for you. We need to see him. He has to come in person, and he has to bring ID, and everything has to match up in order for us to do it. I paid for everything online because I figured I could do the whole thing online and not worry about it. Yes, I had to go in person, show my ID, show my lease, show everything, so they could give me that box, because they will not give it to you unless you show up in person. So anybody's ever filled one of those boxes out, you know what you have to go through. They do not play around when it comes to those boxes. So that address is legit. So the fact that he basically put that in there because he wrote that to me, and of course he's going to tell you that because he figures that he can convince you to believe this because, well, no, that's where he thinks you are. Just put it the way, the intelligent level that he's expecting you to believe just tells you exactly, for those who know him, where you stand and when it comes to the intelligence, because anybody else would know that the United States Postal Service is about as secure can get. All right, so order was canceled. That was the excuse right here. We had to confirm here. Order was confirmed. We had a cancellation here. Order was canceled by the seller. Something wrong with the shipping address. That was the excuse. There's always an excuse behind it. And then right here he says, sorry, I don't ship to P.O. boxes, which is a lie because we have your item here, and I do not ship to con men. It's funny you call someone a con man when you're actually doing something that makes you look like a con man. So like I said, in order for us to obtain his product, where you have right here, that's his signature, he signed it. In order for us to obtain his information or be able to get his product, you would have had to ship to the address, which is the same. The only thing I changed on my account is I wanted to renew the account, and I changed the size of the box. That's it. But it's going to the same postal service. And you did make a transaction, and you did take the money from that transaction, because I still have your item here, and you spent my money on something that you wanted or needed or did something with it. Enjoy. So you did make a transaction twice. So if you to make that statement, you don't do business with con men, well, basically, yeah, you did take our money twice, you did spend, and you did use it. So that's out the door. So as I said before, clearly something to hide. Let's go to pop over to YouTube real quick. I don't have my YouTube account set up here. I will be setting up an account here on YouTube. Let's shrink this down a little bit. There we go. Let's bring up. Let's see. Let me show you. We done unboxing. Pro, right there. There's your product right there that was shipped to us. You even signed it with your name right at the top. This is the screen paint we requested from you. And this is your box right there. We taped over your shipping address. It's interesting when he says he does not do business with con men, but we have your product and we have unboxing videos of us unboxing your product. And this video was for, can we please get that out of there? This video was set for, we ordered this way back on timestamp of September the 18th, 2018 is when we ordered that. There's the product right there. So yeah, can't use it as an excuse. I don't even know how you're even trying to use it as an excuse. This is showing all the craziness we went through, cancellation and orders, and to get the item from him, which was a pain in the neck, but we had to go through. This was the official address he had. He had it for $85. $85 and $36. He's been price gouging for a while. So 80 and 60 cents for shipping on a United States Postal Service box that would clearly from California to Philadelphia or any place else, if you use flat rate shipping, would have cost the customer at that particular time it would have been $13.40, because $13.40 is what you pay now. It probably would have been around $12.40 or $12.30 at that particular time. Oh no, it was $12.40. It was $12.40 because they raised it by $1 more. That's why. So that's what he was charging. And you weren't getting 2 quarts, you were getting 1. That's what you were getting. That's the company we bought from. There was no category, nothing. So if you're buying this, you were thinking maybe you were getting 2, but you're actually getting 1. I'm going to take that 3.02. We're going to try to order that today. The Metallica Mix 3.0, I forgot about that one. We're going to order that one too. We're going to try to make that transaction today. Again. Because like I said, people don't understand. I have customers who will contact me and say, hey, do you know about a fellow by the name of Crow? Those who don't know him. He would try to contact customers, try to figure out where my customers are and contact them, harass them, bombard them with tons of emails and say, hey, look, this guy's a scammer. He's this, that, and the other, such and so and so forth. Meanwhile, we don't contact your customers. We don't talk to your customers. Don't speak to them. The only ones we talk to are the ones that come into the live stream and they want to run their mouths and we just put them in place. But other than that, I don't talk to your customers and that stuff at all, period. What you do with them is just your business. But he contacts our customers and say, look, I of my product for trade for his. And he tries to say, he's a scammer. It's not going to work. I'm going to give you a good deal here. So what happens, the customers will call me and say, hey, look, so and so and so. Not realizing we do a ton of live demonstrations on just about everything. And you can't do any of our challenges. You can't do any of our demonstrations, but yet you're clearly the same as us. So I've explained on YouTube live by now to my customers, if you do get an email from this particular individual, give him the paint and let him give you the trade. And give us an email so we can see that it's legit. We know his email addresses. And send us the paint. And we'll turn around and we'll send you out 2 quarts. So if you order 1 quart, we'll give you 2. If you order 3, we'll give you a gallon. We'll sweeten the pot for you. So when he heard that, he stopped harassing my customers. Because he doesn't want that paint coming to us. We're actually from them. All right, so this is where we placed the order at right here. As you can see, everything's changed on here on the account. This is an unboxing of his product that we had at the house. We had taped over his information right there. Let me see. Let me go up here and go a little closer up. So I can show you the unbox right there. So there's the unbox right there on my desk. This is what he shipped to us. And it even has your signature on it, which you signed. There you go, Crow. You don't do business with Conman, but yet you accepted my transactions twice. You don't think I told you, I record everything. So I have recordings of you taking our money and buying, and like I said, do whatever you want to do with it. You know what I mean? Your treat. You know what I mean? But yeah, when you sat there and make statements, oh no, I don't do business with scam, I don't do so and so. Yes, you do. You know what I mean? You bought from us. And we have that's how I have your product here. That's how the sample sheets I'm displaying, that is obtain your product. Now, I still have your UP mix and I still have your personal mix here. And I will show demonstrations on ordering that too. I have them here. So we don't need your product. We're just showing that how much you will go to great lengths to make sure we can't get it because you have something to hide there. Now, what he's terrified of is that the two companies we ordered from, one fellow was named by Pro Screens and the other one was HD Screens. Their prices were far more reasonable. The shipping cost was next to nothing. So we bought two of those. We're going to put those side by side to the personal mix, but it doesn't make a difference. We have sample sheets over here already. And I guarantee you, those customers will not have to go through rigorous email screening just in order to get what they want. You can go and they got a category selection. I was able to choose what I want from there. All right, so that's one of the unboxings right there. Let me see. Another one, the 2.0 mix right here. Another unboxing on this product. Oh, same paint. This is where we open it up and have a look at the inside of it. That is your product, is it not? Same signature handwriting here, right there. With the same writing. That's the same handwriting right there. Now, if you want to watch that test right there, that test was very interesting. I'm not going to go into details on how the results were. Let's go back out. All right, this will be purchased. The paint, we have one here showing that we ordered this product here. That was one order we put through. Here you go. I'm going to show you something. This is going to shock you. This right here, open this up. You recognize that container? Watch this right here. I told you, I record every little thing. I'm going to take a look at this real quick and go back. Now, this one you sent me, you didn't want your screen paint in another lighter gray versus the Digital One Crystal screen paint. And to keep that demonstration from going through, he sent me this paint right here, which right here is the Crow UV mix right there. Same screen paint right here. 2020. I mean, 2020 has been bad luck to a lot of people, but that one literally bit you in the face. So right there, we got the same screen paint. Let me turn this on for a minute. Just for a minute. I don't like to use, I need to bring my other light over here. Lighten the environment for that one. So right there, you'll see right there. Same screen paint right there. This is his product right here. So you did ship this to us. Matter of fact, you shipped it to us this year because this is the house I was living in for this year. And same environment, which means we bought this paint in 2020. You marked it. This is before it was covered with your paint on. He marked it. This is his product right here. Which means we made that transaction this year of 2020. So when you make a statement by saying you don't do business with con men, we purchased that from you this year of 2020. So that doesn't hold much weight. This is why I said people, when you make statements like that, I will go back and go over everything with a fine tooth comb. Everyone see. If you look at and you're going to do stuff like that, I'm going to push the truth out. That is your product. That is your UB Mix times 10, 2020. That is your signature right there. And that is your marking right there. That is your product right there, which means we do have your product here. And this is your product right now that we are displaying. Let's come out of here real quick. Another unboxing, your screen paint here. This should be the UB Mix. I'll put it up in the kitchen right there. There's your box right there on my counter. And there is the timestamp. The timestamp on when that box got here was around, stream was on January the 22nd, 2020. It's when that purchase got here. We'll go back here. Let's see, UB Mix. Here we go. Now you see the color of that paint? It's gray. There's no way in the world that screen's going against a black screen, and virtually impossible. But I'll show you the date right here. Come back right there. You see that is the exact same product as your UV Mix. And the timestamp date when you said you do not sell to us at all at any cost. Right there at the bottom, at the timestamp date was for January the 23rd, 2020. That's when that order was placed, in January. Which means you made that transaction we made that transaction very recently. So this is what we're going to do right now. We're going to place another order. Again, let's shrink my camera in. I'm going to try to make another attempt. Now we can't do this upstairs because if I go upstairs and I show you my computer upstairs, we are blocked. Unless we went in and blocked our account too from down there. All I'm trying to do is I already have your sample sheets here to do demonstrations on. But I'm just trying to get the rest of your screen paints down here so we can do a fair demonstration. None of the demonstrations we do down here are slander anybody's product. All we do is just put you in the same environment that we put our screens in. If your product is as good as you say it is, and if it is basically the same as you say is our product, you would have no problem doing the exact same demonstrations. Not the demonstrations that you do because you cut corners. The demonstrations we do, which are going to be much more brutal. So if that is the case, to sell us the product so we can go in and we can resume more demonstrations. Like I said, if you're going to say, or your product is better, you should not have a problem selling us the item. So let me show you what happens if I come in and if I place an order through here. Come over here. I'm going to put down buy another. And at the top, we will receive our error message that says the seller isn't accepting bids or offers from you. Now, at first, when I saw that, I'm thinking, okay, maybe that was pinpointed toward us and toward us only. But then again, that could have been something where he felt that was being, maybe that's his whole entire account. because he did pull his entire account at one point. He actually canceled his account to make sure we couldn't go and place any more orders. So maybe that's just us right there all together. He's just basically pulled the account down or whatever. I'm thinking that maybe the account was banned or this, that, and the other. That could have been, he could have, dropped his account. So I went back in and I applied for another account through PayPal, with eBay, same PayPal account. And I went into eBay and I placed another order. So let me see what we got to do here right now. We have to go in and we have to place another order through eBay. So we're going to go in. We're going to make the purchase again. Let me make sure I have my debit card and everything on me. Now we're just going to do it PayPal to PayPal. And let's see if he basically cancels our order again after we're giving him another chance to himself and let the order go through. So we'll come out of here real quick. Go back into here. Let's go to buy another right here. We'll place the order again. There we go. Shows the transaction right there. That's my United States Postal shipping box. Also to understand, for those of you who want to send dumb things to my box, that is a United States Postal shipping box, which means it's a federal charge. And with COVID-19, I don't think you want to be stuck in the prison system while they're trying to file through your paperwork. I have friends of mine who actually work for correctional officers and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare if you get caught up in that nonsense and they're basically processing you through prison at that particular time when COVID and paperwork is on a snail, if you know what I mean. You could be sitting there for days or maybe months before they get around to having you have a trial brought up front. So yeah, think twice. All right, so let's go from there. We're going to purchase, well, there's no way for me to purchase what I want. Like I said, the way it's set up, I don't have an option here what I can choose. So I just have to go and get the crow's front and mix screen paint, whatever, because there's no option here for me to order nothing else. So we're going to do a delivery right here, which is going to cost me $23.15. You're not going to see my PayPal information. It's not going to pop up. We're going to lean this to the side and you'll see my confirmed order go through. Now, let's see how fast he cancels it, or let's see if he allows the order to go through. Crow, personal message to you. As a businessman, I feel that you should do the right thing and let the order go through. If you have nothing to hide, let the order go through. Magic and whatever, and everything we're doing over here is fake, and it's not real. And what you're doing is the real thing. You're selling the people the real screen paint, the real deal. And if that's the case, you should not have a problem letting this transaction go through. Now, by you making the statement that you don't do business with con men, it's kind of hard to say when we have your product here. And on that time stamp date, we bought that in January, which means you made a transaction and you spent that money. So we know from the door that that's not true. By you saying that the address looks suspicious, kind of hard to do because eBay will go in and do a investigation on that account. They have to. And they will find out that it is a United States Postal shipping box, which is very legit. So that's another roadblock for you right there. So there's no other excuse. So I'm going to put the order in right now. Let's post the emails and see how he cancels. And I'll just show you right there. Now, for someone would say, oh, you have beef. That's not beef. It's just trying to get a product from him to be able to do some demonstrations so we can show that we are not in the same category, because you did make this statement. You did kind of build this up. So now we're going to actually debunk the theory. And if it does, it's the same as ours, I'll promote your product 100%. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a few secrets on how to make it better. But we already seen from the personal mix and the UP mix already against the blue. So, I'm just going to go from there. So I'm going to make this order right now. All right. So we're going to go to, let's do PayPal to PayPal. And that way I get my money back even faster that way. Let's see. Let's go log into my account right now. And place our order. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Remind me later. Okay. Our transaction's going through right now. All right, we just got an order. We're going to confirm our order right now for $104.04. Confirm. All right, our order was placed. There it is. We have our order right now. Let's go over to our account. I will post the emails Let me go first. This is my other account I have set up. So let's go over to purchase history. It will show my purchase history right there. There's just placed now right there. Now, as I said before, for someone who has something to hide, that's the only way someone's going to cancel an order. He can come to my site right now, place an order, it'll go right through. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the whole process live. Me processes an order, everything, shipping it right over to his address. No problem at all. I have no problem with that. I don't lock shopping carts. Only time I would deny a customer of getting something from us, unless he basically did something he wasn't supposed to do and he got an official ban from our company. Other than that, you can buy, we don't even care. You know what I mean? We have big companies that buy from us knowing that in their emails, they sound a bit suspicious. We know that they're going to probably try to do a reverse engineer on our technology, but it doesn't work out that way. They usually end up failing or something doesn't work out right. I can tell you some crazy stories on that one. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I mean, a sale is a sale, so we make our orders and stuff like that. And the reason why I do so many demonstrations, and I've said this in my demonstrations before you buy from us, go look on the internet and find out how many people do demonstrations on our level. And that's why our sales always come back to us, because you can't find anybody doing demonstrations like that, because our tests with our technology is brutal. So if he has the same as we are, and he's saying that he's just like us, he should have no problem letting that transaction go through, because you have nothing to fear. So let's go back and let's check the email. Make sure we're not getting any activity back over. Anything posted is new in any of the emails, we will display it. That's me actually working on my logo. I'm doing something with my logo. Let's see where we're at. What page? Right here is a little crazy. Okay. So I have my email here. Let's see what we got going on here. Google. All right. I'll just go pop over in the Hotmail real quick. It's not a beef. It's about minding your own business and staying in your own lane. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Minding your own business and staying in your own lane. And we get no credibility off Crow. Crow's product doesn't bring us any credibility. Me beating a $5,000 projection screen with a $700 with a projector I paid $60 for is credibility. But no, if we do these demonstrations to keep him in his lane, mind your own business, stay in your lane. You can do reviews back and forth. We don't care about that. But when you start slandering our product with black paint, trying to make our right there. Now, Crow, I will be sending you an email if it does go through, because we're going to come back and check in to see how long it takes for it to not cancel out. Right here, I'll blow it up a little bit so you can see the first one that went through. That's the first one we had that went through, order went through. This is the first order we made right here that went through. That's the first one. When we applied, I told you, when you go in, it's not going to show on your receipt what you paid for. It's just going to say what it says here. That's why he needs a category. If you're selling more than one item, you need to have a category, because I'm explaining something to you people. There's no way you're going to be able to prove that you ordered that unless you can display it and show to PayPal or somebody like, look, this is what I ordered, so and so and so. Sometimes PayPal will not allow you to add in videos, and they definitely don't allow you to send in pictures. Did you know that? I know quite a bit about PayPal because I've been with them for many, many years, and I know all the different things you can and cannot do. So in some of them, they will not accept video and they will not accept pictures. Now, they will accept links from time to time. So if you can show a link of the item that you ordered, that you really ordered, and link it over to them, then okay. Because when we do links, they go into our website. Did you know that? They have access to our website. So when a customer says there wasn't enough information there for me to be able to understand what I was buying, PayPal will go through our website and look at the policies that pop up under our products. Not only that, look at the videos on display, and when those videos, they would jump from there and do their investigation from there, which would show clearly that we put out a ton of information on just about everything I do when it comes to my product. There you go. But when the customer orders, they'll look at it and say, okay, it says clearly this is what he's ordered. This is the specification which you can paint it on. This is the surface you can paint it on, which you can use as a paint spray or not. If it's VOC, if it's low odor, blah, 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 blah. All that information is there in the specification sheet. Where when I order here, I'm going to get thank you for your first purchase, Kenneth Bird. We know it's not a first order because I have an account upstairs. So that's all it's showing what I ordered. So if I say email and say, hey, look, I want the Frankenstein mix. And he says, okay, I'll send you the Frankenstein mix. So Say he sends me something else. Say he sends me something completely different. It's not in the Frankenstein mix. It's kind of hard to argue that when it clearly says on your receipt what you ordered. I like it. It's like the equivalence, like I said, of going into Best Buy and saying, I like to have that 8K Ultra 4K TV over there. I'll take that 90-inch right there. And on your receipt, they put down HD TV in the story. You have no proof that you actually, when you got to bring the item in, but if it doesn't match the receipt, then it's going to be a gray area there. It has to match what's on the receipt in order for you to fight that claim. Even though you may have it in your hand, it's going to be impossible that you might have purchased it from him unless he branded his name on it, which he just did, which that'll make it a little more easier for you to actually pretty much fight your claim. But yeah, she should have a category list on what he's ordering. So if I order Frankenstein mix, it should say Frankenstein mix there, 2.0 or 3.0, Metallica mix, so forth and so forth. This is what you should be getting on your receipt. So you go and purchase from us. And anybody purchase from us, you'll notice that you'll get 2 receipts from us. You'll get one from PayPal. Actually, you get 3. You get one from PayPal showing you confirm. You get one from our server that will send you a detailed receipt, everything you ordered, item number, all that information on there. The name of the product, how many quarts, all that stuff will be on there. And then you get an email from me, which basically states the detailed receipt that you get from us, how much we pay for, and then you'll get your tracking number and all that information will be right there. So you get 3 confirmations from us. So this is the first one we ordered, and then we went in, and then this is what happens when that order went through. As I explained before, that order was canceled. Canceled my order, and then he came back in and explained why the order was canceled. He said seller canceled the order due to the following reasons. Something was wrong with the buyer's shipping address, and as I said, post office box. Can't get no more legit than that. If I was overseas and I was a post office box, I could understand that with a whole different carrier, rules and regulations, but that's United States Postal Service box. All right, so then after that's canceled, he sends me back his personal message saying, sorry, don't ship to P.O. boxes, which is a lie because I have your product here. You do ship, and we bought that in January 23rd. And then he says, I don't do business with con men. Well, you're the con man because, like I said, you spent the money and you have it over there and you used it. So, it is what it is. As I always say, it is what it is. If you're going to make claims like this, you have to be able to back it up. There's your product, and here's just me holding it now. And the year of 2020, which I purchased it. You even signed it at the bottom, UB Mix times 10, 2020, your own personal signature. And I still have enough to splatter the whole thing where you can actually see where it says the UB Mix right there. Like I said, and last thing, I got much to do today. At the bottom, timestamp on every YouTube video, there is a date when that paint came at my front door. January the 23rd, 2020. We are now in November of 2020, which means that transaction was recently, was within this year. Okay, Mr. Crow, let's see how long it takes for you to cancel out my order. I would not suggest canceling it out again because this will make you look, if you already look extremely bad already and suspicious already, if, like I said, you call yourself being the same as my company and we're supposed to be this, that, and the other, and our demonstrations are fake. So if our demonstrations are fake and yours are real, you should have no problem going through all of them with us. And keep in mind, when I do demonstrations, it's not going to be just, well, it is going to be one where it's going to be just your screen. It's going to be just your screen against the other screen paints we purchased. But like I said, I really don't need your product for that. We have your UB mix and your personal mix here already. So we can just do the demonstrations off of that. But I would like to have that Frankenstein mix and maybe the 3.0. I'm going to get that too also. You'll go through the same thing we go through. As I said before, if you didn't cut corners in your demonstrations, you did everything legit by the book, you should be going through, you fly through this with no problem. I did put a yesterday, because I do now have my ultra short throw projector out there now for my setup, and he does have an ultra short throw projector also. I did give him a challenge yesterday. It was supposed to be completed by 12 o'clock. And that challenge I was displaying at around early in the morning. Yeah, I was displaying with window light pushing through a star field demonstration on the ultra short throw. And I asked him if he could do the same thing on his, because his projector does have something 1 million or something to 1 contrast. If he can display a star field demonstration in a fully lit environment on his ultra short throw. As I said before, none of these challenges were ever met. And one thing I know about Crow, and I'm very familiar about his activities, the minute he's met with any form of challenge or any form of, challenges along the way, he will automatically switch over to start doing reviews on products. So pretty soon you'll see a lot of reviews from him on products on, I don't know, items he might have purchased or how to do this or how to do that right from the door to avoid as much as the damage that will be coming at him in the next couple of days. Because like I said, even if you do cancel my order, I don't care. I still have your product here. It just shows that you have something to hide. But anytime you want to get that screen paint from me, you let me know. Don't call me, because when you call me 8 and 9 times. That drives me. That's a little annoying. When you want it, I got one right here for you. This is yours right here. That is yours. I'm going to signature with my signature right on the top. That's yours. You place an order through my website. Don't harass my customers. Stop doing that. You place an order through my website, and I'll send that right off to you. No problem at all. Let me change this because this is copyrighted material, which I'm watching right now. Put this on something else. We got copyrighted material playing in the background. I can't have that playing. Oh, remember the video I was showing yesterday? I did all that in the dark, and I told you when I get up in the morning, I fire up all my projectors. And I showed you that I was going to play that one back, the Star Wars. I mean, the one with the Transformers. There you go. Let me get my camera to adjust back here. There you go. I told you I can get up. I saw that when a few people came and said, "Oh, well, I thought you do videos with the lights on." I can watch my movies with the lights on, lights off. I have that option. But I told you, the minute I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I fire up my projectors. Now, if I stuck that Frankenstein mix up against that, or that personal mix, which we have in the next room, you know what it's going to look like. And that's an ultra short throw projector. That thing has a higher lumen count than the P1. That's 3,600 lumens right there. P1 only had 3,000 lumens. But the P1 has a higher contrast, and it does have options and perks in that projector that would put that thing to shame. This projector is far more advanced than mine. Way more advanced. And yet I can show you demonstrations with the lights on, but every time he shows a demonstration with that projector, you're in the dark. And there's a reason why. The projector is an amazing piece of equipment. It's the screen you're going to have the problem with. See, I told you that yesterday. I told you that when we were doing that video demonstration. So when I get up this morning, I'll turn on my projectors. This is what I do every morning when I get up. Trying to get to work. Well, actually, it's actually really early. It's like 1 o'clock. But I got some sleep last night. I fell asleep around 12 o'clock. My battery only requires for me to have hours of sleep a day. I lie to you not. I'm hyperactive. I don't require much sleep. So I don't drink coffee, no tea. There's none of that. Oh, waking up. No, I'm just up. That's it. I'm wired that way. So I don't require a lot of sleep. So right now, because I'm up, I'm going to be working tonight. I'm not going to be shooting any videos because majority of y'all, I don't know if y'all, or some of you are up right now, but I'm usually up. Right now, I'm going to start building my cardboard screen. That's for the next demonstration for tonight. So I'm working on that, setting it up and getting that ready. And the motorized screen, I moved that up because that's where that screen's going to go at. And also to have the Christie projector downstairs right now because I did it on the ultra short throw. So now we're going to build our cardboard projection screen right there. I can't wait. I'm going to get some neon lights for the backup. It's going to look really cool. All right, so let me get this one fired up because like I said, it's not going to be up. Well, I'm going to be up anyway. I'm not going back to sleep. I usually never do. So they'll give me a chance to basically improve the equipment for the gaming room upstairs because I got to raise that projector up and I got to go order remote controls and stuff like that. I am going to need a remote control for that projector because that has 2 HDMI ports. So I do have my my Fire Stick running out the back of that. Yep, this is it. Every morning when I get up. Let's go over to I got 2 back-to-back commercials. Oh, no. You're going to get these commercials and you got no choice. All right, let's watch nature in there. There you go. Every morning when I get up, I'm going to throw my lights on, throw my screens on. So I just going to run this video. When I get midnight up in the morning, I'm going to run this video. I can't show too much of that because it still give me that little notification at the bottom. You're not supposed to be showing that. You know that, right? Over here, I like to watch my either fish or whatever, just running something in the background while I work about the house. So we'll go with We can do this is 1 hour. So I got 1 hour just to hear where I just run through the house. We're gonna get a commercial over there, so let's pop over here. We're gonna check out what we got going over here. You don't tell me when you see a demonstration of him getting up and walking around and flicking all his lights on. No, that's why it's not gonna. Oh, this commercial is so freaking hilarious. I feed squirrels too, all in the backyard. Where do you get one of those costumes from? I want one of those, so I can go in the backyard and feed my squirrels dressed like a giant squirrel. That'd be freaking awesome. I think I have. Wait, let's look over this one. Make sure I got most of this correct. Here. Yeah. So let's check back. So now, like I said, easy. I can do this all day. You can sit here and you can watch my screen on an angle right here while I sit here and work on my computer. Let's see what we got going on here today, real quick. All right, we have no cancellations. Let me see. So we're going to come in here real quick, show you what we got email wise. If he has contacted us, he should be still up. There's an order confirm. So this is order confirm right there. So it's showing that, okay, order so confirmed, nothing's canceled. So we have nothing canceled here. He's got to let it go through. He can't cancel the second time around. He can't be that dumb. And he already canceled it the first time. This order was first canceled already. He's not going to allow that to go to cancel out again. So we'll see. I had an order go through, and it had 2 days on it. I mean, it literally had 2 days on it. And or either what he's going to try to do is he's going to pretty much. Let's see. It's supposed to be shipping out. Let me go check my account right now so we can go and see exactly when we're going to be getting this shipped out to us. I'm going to send him an email as is stated. We can all know that I told you the whole thing about the whole category and basically how I have to request what I want from him. So it's all on camera. I will come back to this of me requesting the Frankenstein mix. That is what I'm requesting. I will also show an email of me emailing him, letting him know that I am requesting the Frankenstein mix. If he sends me anything different, it pretty much backs up my claim by, you got to be careful from buying from him because you might not get what you actually were intended to try to get. Because he could send you anything because you don't have a receipt saying what you exactly ordered. That's the problem. All right. Fernando Gonzalez. Let's go over here and let's pop over to, I got 2 of these pages popped up. We need to go to this one right here. So we need to go to. Yeah, this is this product right there. That's why I say you make statements like that. I think he makes the statements and he doesn't realize that, you know, I memorize everything. I don't know if he has a short-term memory loss or what's going on, not no disrespect, but I don't think he remembers some of the stuff he does. Because, like I said before, go back and rewind that. That is his product right there. And there's your product right here. Same thing. Same UV Vex mix. The only thing that's covered up is a 2010, but that's your signature, and there's your writing right there. And that was in 2020 when you sent that to me. And the time stamp on a YouTube video at the bottom shows that we ordered that on the 23rd of 2020, which means that this is still 2020, and I'm placing an order with you, and you're canceling my order. Now, the reason why that order did go through eventually, because he received a lot of pressure from people who follow him, asking him, why won't you send him the paint? What's the problem? If you have nothing to hide. And he finally broke down and sent it. So since we had a window of opportunity, I ordered another one. Ordered a couple of them from him. Back here a minute. Now, mind you, this is how we do our demonstrations. This is my screen in my environment. You see how much light hits my screen at all times? All that condensed lighting making contact with the screen. These are how my demonstrations are done. I'm going to grab me a charger if I can figure out what the heck is plugged up to what in this environment. Everything all over the place. There we go. Okay. Gotta plug my charger in. My phone's it's dead. But as you can see, that's the kind of lighting where I'm used to having my technology in. When I moved to that house, I was so happy when I saw the wall. I saw the lighting, I saw the window. I said, oh man, I am going to get some amazing demonstrations off of this environment because there was just so much light in the environment. So that excites me right there. Get this plugged in. That excites me right there. Because when I walked in there and I saw this environment, I take that as a personal challenge for my technology. I don't go, oh my goodness, look at the condensed lighting, look at the window. I can't put a screen. They're just going to completely wash out. In the back of my head, it's like challenge accepted. Every time I walk into an environment and I see bright lights in, I'm like challenge accepted. It's beautiful to me because it's something that I can work at to enhance my technology to make it better. It's an opportunity. That's how I see it. That's how you see it when you're looking at environments like that. Let me see. Try to send me sample of we don't do samples, and I'll tell you why we don't do samples. Because everything we have is made to order. You know how hard it is for me to be able to get resources to be able to get my company. I actually had to cancel one of my screen paints because we couldn't get resources for it. So every resource that comes to here is basically it's something we can't spare. That's why I do so many live demonstrations on my technology. That's why I do all these different demonstrations that other people are not doing. Because if you can't basically see from my results from my live demonstrations on the levels that I go through to sell my product on a level that other companies don't do, then it's not for you. That's all to it. And the reason why I don't do samples, as I said before, made to order. And again, going with this nonsense, I ain't got time for it. Bye-bye. Made to order. This stuff is expensive to make. I try to charge a reasonable price so everybody can afford it. And you're watching a fellow come on here and display images and do an ambient light rejection test that other screens are not even beginning to even do. They don't even do 720p or old projectors. They stick with the high-end projectors because they have to make up for what the screen is lacking. I don't do that. I can show a customer, say, hey, look, I can spend $60 for a projector and you can still get an amazing image. You know what that tells my customer right there? Well, number one, I can paint it on anything I want. Number two, I can take it outside if I want to. Number three, I can use it with an ultra short throw. And I don't got to spend a lot of money for a projector. There you go. Where if you buy from another company, well, darn, the screen's going to cost me, what, $4,000? And how much was the projector? Seriously? $3,000? Oh, there you go. There you go. So that's why I do so many crazy demonstrations, because I know they don't do it. And that's why I tell people, before you buy from us, look around and see how many people are doing demonstrations on our levels. Remember I told you about the condensed lighting? What they'll do is they'll take the condensed lighting and they'll move it away so it doesn't make contact with the screen. My condensed lighting actually hits my screen. The same amount of lighting you're seeing here hit the fireplace, hits here. If you notice in all my environments, all corners are exposed. And by the way, it's also sitting right next to a window, right there. That was a 235.1 that was painted onto my wall. I painted that from the wall. I could have did it here, but eventually I have a huge window there and I couldn't put it there. Yeah, if you're going to say that you do the same demonstration as we are, you should have no problem being able to do what I'm doing right now in these demonstrations. You should have no problem with that.
Instead of waiting for a cure, we took action. We got tested and retested. We talked to each other. And we talked to healthcare providers about HIV prevention options. People living with HIV.
Now you see that right there in this demonstration by him? This is how dark R12 is supposed to come up. Let me move this over here for a minute so you can see this. This is how dark R12 is to be. That's black house paint. We know how we know that because I had to test myself against black house paint to see the reaction, what would happen. Everything's muted here. You can't hear his voice. I mute everything. And this is why. This is coming from a person. Look at it. Look how dim the environment is. Behind you, my environment is brighter than this. By the way, nice collections, by the way. On beyond not talking about his screens, but collection is pretty amazing. I like that. Now, this is supposed to be our technology. And mind you, my technology blended a gray screen. All right, so let's look at this. This right here is how dark. I gotta bring this back because I got too far. There we go. So that's how dark our technology is supposed to be. Next to a gray screen, next to a white screen. Let's do something here. Stay right there for a minute. I'll be back. How's that pronounced? Oh, AQU. EQU. We're going to debunk all those videos, or majority of them, as much as I can get my hands on. But we're going to debunk all those videos. We're going to do all those side-by-sides all over again. And then we're going to do it with black paint. That's what we're going to do. See if we can duplicate the exact same thing. So that's sharp. Sharp makes that video. I'm not projecting a little crooked here. I'm gonna fix this mess. So let's go with this schema here. Do her right there. All right. I'm gonna come close again, but I want it there. I already put that post there. It's not there. Okay. Come right here. Well, I definitely gotta do that demonstration today. That's definitely gonna happen. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to look at these videos real quick. Oh, wait, my bad. That's right. Sorry about that, people. I'm with you. All right. So, in the background here, we have a gray screen, which is here. We have this is supposed to be a product here. This is supposed to be a white sheet of paper. So, our image should come up, this being gray, the screen being gray, our image should come up this color darker than the gray. That's what we should be displaying. And then we have it right here. Let's go back here. All right, so we should be coming up. The background should be super dark if I lay a gray screen against it. So this video is freezing a bit. Let's see if we can get something in here. Come out here real quick. And let's bring up, they have one with the red, this right here, space. So we should bring up a very dark image. Let's see. Okay, space, and let's bring up the bold. B. Okie dokie, there we go. All right, come with me, people. This is a very bright background right here. All right, there's my screen here. Nice bright background. Got to get my zoom to come down a little bit. There we go, that's better. Now that's a 12. 12s are actually darker than 8s. Much darker than 8s. There we go. Oh, yeah, actually downstairs. I forgot to do some of the work. See, that's where we know the product was mixed with black paint, because black paint can't produce white light. That's a gray screen, and a very large one at that. So that's how I know demonstration is fake. Because if that screen was that dark, this is a gray screen, this screen would come out so dark, this screen would be so bright. That's how we know it's black paint. That's why he doesn't want his product coming here. If his product comes here and we run these tests on this screen, oh man, I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. Mind you, he put my screen against a gray screen. This is your UB mix right here. If my screen was so dark, all you would see is your screen, and you would see my screen just become this really dark object in the middle of the screen. Where if you see that his screen comes a little bit brownish sometimes, that's because when it hits contrast, it automatically starts to fade. That's why he doesn't want that product coming here. He doesn't want that coming here at all, period. He's going to fight at all costs. I guarantee you, by the time we get done this demonstration, or by the day, my order is going to be canceled. I guarantee you. Wait up real quick. I'm going to bring him to the, he did a demonstration. We showed this little girl, and the image was just so dark. He said, oh, that's definitely them. That's definitely him. Well, I'll show you the snow demonstrations too. I don't shy away from anything. There's the snow demonstrations. So if you look at this, I'm showing you in that demonstration. It's a penguin walking on the beach or out there in ice caps. But if you look, this is how dark we're supposed to be. I find it interesting that a white sheet of paper is actually matching his screen, which kind of tells you that you just paint your screen white and just don't deal with that, because that's pretty much what you just displayed. You just displayed a white sheet of paper blending your screen. Let's go over to the little girl. Run across the beach. I like that one. There's colors on there. Let's do this right here, since our image is so dark. There's no way in the world that's going to be able to pull a white level that high if it was portrayed to be that dark in the videos he just displayed. That's the reason why he's been canceling orders like crazy, because he does not want, well, I don't know why you would. We already have 2 of them here, so I mean, might as well just let the other ones come through. Now, if I do this in his environment with the lights out, there's his screen paint right there, right up close. There's our technology right there. You're watching a black screen produce a high enough white level to blend into a screen, 2 screens that are slightly, actually 2 shades lighter than that screen, and it's producing a white level that high that it can blend in. So how is it that I'm here live showing you this demonstration against his own product and my black silver, which is right there, showing A12 producing an image that's blending in perfectly? Oh wait, let's not forget about this. Like I said, they can't, now mind, like I said, the 12 we develop does have the ability to be able to produce very high contrast levels, but the 12 is the only one that can produce a 100% contrast because it's black. So it isn't about beef. It's about keeping Mr. You-Know-Who in his lane and reminding him that you need to just stay on your own backyard and your terms and do what you do. Don't worry about what we do over here. Because then if you do, then that means bottom line is I have to drag you over here and out you. And you don't want that. Mind your own business. So that's why you want to make all these claims against blue this and blue that. Well, now you're going to have your opportunity to go against blue because I'm going to buy your product. I'm going to put you against blue. And we're not going to do any cheap demonstrations by mixing your product with this and that. Everything is going to be live. Opening the cans, painting on the applications. Everything is going to be out in the open for everybody. And our screens will sit there and go through the same exact punishment your screens will go through. The only difference is our screens will take it with a smile because they're used to going through that kind of rigorous testing. If you have not been doing the right testing, your flaws will show. That's like, okay, we got one screen we developed that can take a direct hit from sunlight, okay? The rest of these can't do it. They can't take that hit. Now, if I were to come out and say, yeah, well, the 12 has the ability to take a direct hit from sunlight and just keep on smiling at you, knowing that's not true, and someone does that demonstration outside and that 12 fails out there like that, then it's my fault because I should have did the proper testing and I should have basically been able to back up what it can do. Now, the other technology we're developing, I showed that screen took a direct hit from sunlight and just kept on smiling. It has that capability. These do not. But they have a time when the screen can activate between 6 and 7 and compare themselves to a white outdoor screen, which has to fire up around what? They have to fire up around 9 and 10. That is a huge improvement. Keep in mind, if COVID didn't exist and you had an outdoor event where you did parties and stuff like that, and you had all white projection screens, you have to wait until around 9 to 10 to fire up your projector. That means you lose revenue from 6 all the way from 7, 8. You lose that money that you could have, and also too, competition. I mean, if someone's going to come up to my party and say, hey, look, I got an outdoor screen. It looks just like a plasma TV, and I can show you contrast of with beautiful colors, and we could start the party at 6 o'clock. I'm paying him. That's who I'm paying at the end of the day. Somebody comes like, the screen's kind of washed out a little bit, so, the color's not like good, we start the party around 9 or 10. I have to deal with it because everybody else has the same rules, 9 or 10. And then as we're having this conversation, and I'm talking to you, you're watching me blend his screen. On a black screen, it's not supposed to have that capability. All right, let's go a little further up. I want to get the girl walking around. Oh, yeah, we got to do this one. Let's go back. We'll do this one right here. Like I said, for a screen that's supposed to be an ambient light kicking on that screen over there. It's supposed to be so dark in that demonstration. You should see a jet black spot right there. There we go. Here comes the contrast. The contrast on the black silver is darker than the contrast on the UV mix, and they're both gray. See that? And they're both gray. So even our black silver is more advanced than his UV mix, and that's his darkest screen paint. That's not a dark screen paint, which is the black silver. It's lighter. But it's still, as I said, side by side next to a 12. No, 12 is the most advanced when it comes to contrast levels. That's when customers call me up and say, okay, I want to do a dark contrast. That's what I want the most. Well, you want to lean toward 12, so they can do that. So that's where he wants to compare his technology to ours. I'm like, you can't do that because we can do bright levels, but you can't pull contrast. You can do both. So that's why those of you are wondering, what is this all about? It's pretty much about an individual who's been jealous of my company from day one. Doesn't do any of my demonstrations, none of my tests. And yet wants everybody to believe that we're these people that go out and scam people and take their money. But yet my table's always filled with orders. I do live demonstrations. I do challenges that I give him that he never ever completes. And all the while, he wants to make everybody believe that he's equal to us, but yet he's fighting tooth and nail to make sure that our technology or his screen paint, hold on, my charger, his screen paint doesn't show up at our front door. you're that good, then you shouldn't have a problem. Like right now, if freaking Elite Screen says, hey, I want to do a side-by-side. Oh, heck yes. I'm not going to go, oh, yeah, let's do this. I have no problem with that. I've tested your stuff before. I know what my technology can do. I know for a fact that you use high-end, expensive projectors that make up for what your screen can't do. I use cheap, low-end projectors that nobody will touch, and I make them look like that in a fully lit environment. I know for a fact that my screens and my environment alone has more light than the showroom they had at that exhibit. That room is displaying more light than they had at their exhibit, that they had those screens sitting in those dark environments using those high-powered, ultra-short-throw and short-throw projectors. Yeah, I'll challenge you, definitely. No problem at all. When you want to do it. Because I know through my rigorous testing that I would basically, and I'm going to say this, and I don't care if they don't like it, I'd crush your screen. That is an Elite screen in that room, a white one, a cheap one. I painted with their technology, and I can use that to blow out one of their own screens. And anytime you want me to back it up, no problem. As a matter of fact, anytime you want to, we can take that Yard Master, we can go outside against my black screen. We can pull an image up at 7 o'clock in the evening. We'll watch Batman, see what happens. I got no problem with that. Oh, I love a challenge. Please do. It's not the fact that I do these demonstrations to prove how good my screens are. I do it for myself because I'm very hard on when I design something, it has to work. I'm not going to be walking around in my house in a dark environment because I'm afraid if I turn my lights on, my screen's going to wash out on me. Nah, I ain't got time for that crap. All right, let's get back to this one. Oh, please do. Yes. Choose one particular company in mind. I've mentioned quite a few times that I would love to do some more demonstrations next to them, but that's not going to happen.
We went to America's Dairyland to choose a deliciously bold, extra sharp yellow cheddar, new black ribbon slices.
So I have no problem with doing a side by side with this particular individual. Like I said, we got to fight to get it. And I told y'all from the door, when we start collecting sample sheets, this particular individual is going to give us a hard way to go. Now you see how the reds are fading here. They're perfect here and they're perfect there. So like again, if our screen is so dark and it's supposed to be super, super dark, how is it possible that we're blending into these screens with no problem? Let me go back here a minute. Let's go a little farther than that. Let's go with really quick. Let's go with so I'm gonna see how long it takes for this order to cancel. Hopefully we get what we want. Space LG. Are they not reading that already? Seriously. All right, hold on. Let me clear this for a minute because I know they have to read that already. There we go. I got to change my batteries out in this Fire Stick. I would speak it, but trust me, it never gets it right. It never gets it right. From time to time, it really doesn't get it right. So it does have this bit of a flaws, but I still like it. Oh, gee. We need that snow demo. That's what we're looking for. I still haven't got it right. Hold on. I got to keep going. For some reason, it just doesn't want to accept that I'm asking for the snow demo. All right. Let's space it there. You know what? I'm going to put down LG Snow 4K because it's going to make me go through the whole category. I want to bring up a white snow scene on here. That's what I want. Let's see if we can do it this way. LG 4K, so we can get it from here. No, it's not what we want. We want the bright snow. We want the snow. Let me go with this right here and see if we can get that instead. And see if we can bring up that snow demo. See, I'm in here doing a snow demo. So if I had anything to hide, I would avoid anything white on the screen, anything with skin tones on the screen, knowing that my screen's going to come up too dark where you're not going to be able to see it. So why am I in here searching for a snow demonstration? That tells you right there. All right. Let's go ahead and put in S right there. I'm about to pull this out and put my Chromecast to the back of it. Chromecast can pull up even faster. You want the snow demonstration, LG. All right, I'm gonna do it this way. LG snowboarding demonstration. Don't butcher it. There we go, that's even faster. There we go. See where the black comes up, where his screen automatically turns gray? Can't pull contrast level. Now let's see how dark my screen comes up. Every time black displays on that screen, his screen's automatically going to change to another color. Drop our lights. As I said before in the description of the 12, white levels will be a tad low, but nothing that would disrupt your picture quality. Not to the point that it's so dark that you can't see it as he displayed in this video, which I'm showing you here, doing a demonstration against his UV mix and our black silver technology. And mind you, these screens are much lighter than our black technology. Now watch when the logo comes up. Black silver displays a darker shade of black than the UV mix. Look at the contrast of the black silver versus the UV mix. Black silver can read contrast. A UV mix can't. And the price for a black silver would cost you $89, including shipping. That's the whole full cost. If I were to buy the UV mix, it would cost me $104. All right, so since we're going to go to skin tones, let's go to the white levels on the snow. Let's go over to J and K. Let's pull up that one demonstration with the models. Now we got to clear this first. All right, then we can go to J and K. J, I'm forgetting this, we're not used to doing it, so I have to do it manually. J and K, there we go, right there, popping up at the top. That's what we want. So let's see if this system, if my screens display a dark enough level. We'll go through a few of them because a few of these have real dark demonstrations. We want the one with the dancing Native American. This one he used quite a few times where he said that our screen pulled up an image so dark that you couldn't see it. So yeah, all that time, number one, I'm not going to tell you what he's selling you, but I know what he's selling you. We'll leave it at that. Number two, he was basically faking all his demonstrations against our product, mixing them with black paint, doing all kinds of stuff to make the product look bad. So, like I said, if his stuff is better than ours, as he displayed in that video, he should not be canceling our orders. He should be accepting it. He should be completing our challenges. Okay, I'm not dressed, people, but you know, I still got to shave my head. I haven't got around to doing that yet. Busy, always busy. All right, so now we just have his product here. As you can see, right in the center of our screen, right there. That's his product. Let's go over to. I want to pick up this one over here. Let's see. I hate those things. I don't know what y'all. I don't like them. I haven't had a fake Newton in a while.
Save up to 85% by visiting a clinic at CVS instead of the ER. CVS.
That's not even bright enough. We got to go brighter than that, people. I'm not even happy with that one. I got to go brighter than that. That's too easy. We got to get something. It's a black screen. It's going to camouflage quite well in any darkness. Let's make it brighter. And there you see a screen can't pull contrast level, as you can see. Now let's get to those skin tones. My screen's supposed to be super dark. So now, pause it here, because this isn't pause light. Okay, hold on for a minute. Go back a little bit on that one. That's the only thing I don't like about the whatchamacallits. They're when they come out of their time mode, it's kind of slow. Reaction time is very slow. See that right there? Just gonna pause right there for a minute. Saw that on her skin tone, right? Okay. Mind you, that was a Caucasian one that I displayed a UV mix on her skin tone. This is an African American, and that's how dark our image is supposed to come up. So how is that possible that our image is that dark there, but yet the skin tones I showed you on the model over here are much brighter, and we were able to blend this UV mix? That's black paint. That's how we know. "4K Media Group." Yes, 4K Media Group. I'm familiar with them. Hold on for a minute. I can pull that exact same video up. I know about them. So the delay time is? The delay time is really bad. It's supposed to be. Ugh. Get around this stand real quick. Battery back in. See, the skin tone would be, and then I showed you in the snowstorm, the LG snowstorm, it would have came up so dark. It would have came up extremely dark in the LG snowstorm because that was just a white level right there. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get my charger back in. There we go. So even during the snowstorm, it would have came up extremely dark. "4K Media Group." So this is, let me see if we get that bottom. We can figure out which one they are. Matter of fact, I want to do this one too, because this one has amazing, amazing bright colors off of it. So yeah, it's not beef. It's somebody just trying to slander and trying to trash my company. And if you feel that I'm basically crow boys, if you feel that I'm basically going a little too far and beyond of basically doing these particular videos, then that's your problem, because I have a right to. No one's going to sit there and tell me my technology doesn't work when all the time I spent in blood and sweat and tears building my company from the ground up, and someone's going to come in and try to tear that down. I'm going to defend that at all costs. So I had that right. So it's not a beef. It's basically putting things back the way they should be and teaching this individual to lick your wounds, go about your business, and leave it at a good day at that. In other words, stay in your own lane. Because if you don't, like I said, I'll buy your stuff, I'll bring it down here, and I'll put it through some real testing, and you'll watch your screen fall in every direction in ways you've never seen it before. And that's why he doesn't want to hear. Let's see if we can track down some more in this 4K Media Group. What do we got going on here? I'll go over here and check this real quick. I'm trying to check on their icon real quick. That's what I'm trying to get to, the icon. Okay, 4K Media Group. That's the downhill. Have I done? Yeah, I don't know if we've done it. That's, if I choose anything under black, it's not going to pull on the screen. I'm just telling you right from the door. You can see it already starting to flash. It's not going to pull. He's done this one quite a few times.
This is
Not that one.
It's perfect if you want to jump right into Netflix at the click of a button. Bon appetit. That's Chromecast with Google TV. Now with 6 months of Netflix included for just $89.99.
That Netflix was like $7. And you'll get a crowboy to come like, but yeah, but his screen is a little brighter. Yeah, my screen produces contrast. The screen can't catch up to it, but that's not neither here nor there. The statement is that he displayed our technology as being so dark that the picture quality is unwatchable. So please stick to the topic. Thank you. Meanwhile, I'm not going to go over and check my email accounts. I'll bring you with me at all times, so that way you can see whether he canceled the order or not. So now I'm showing you, like I said in the video, I showed you crystal and clear when we purchased this item, because he called me a con man, doesn't buy from us. I can show you receipts where we actually purchased from him, unboxing dates. I'm not going to show you the demonstrations on how they went. You will find out for yourself on how they went. Keep in mind, if he's fighting not to have it over here, they didn't go well. I showed you the comparison of his darkest screen paint mix, which is a UB, which is actually against A12, and A12 is producing bright colors, everything it needs to do to blend in with the screen. On top of that, it's showing contrast that the UP mix cannot keep up to. And then I show you the email addresses, where we talk back and forth, canceling our orders, stuff like that. Like I said, debunking everything that he basically is telling you is nothing but lies. And I can say that with a clear conscience because I have those videos to back it up. Let's move a little farther on this one, see if we can get something else. We've done all that. That's pretty easy right there. Let me come out of this one, go down to the bottom one. Oh, this is an interesting one. Let's do this one right here. Now notice how his screen is coming up with that kind of tannish gray to it. Those are any areas that are hitting anything on the screen that involves contrast. And someone say, well, why don't you get a bigger screen? Well, let me tell you something, Crow Boys. You want to complain about the size of his sample sheet? Well, you tell Mr. Crow to respect our order and let it go through, and we'll paint half a screen with it. I got 120 inch downstairs in the basement I'm not using. I can use it for displays. Tell him to basically send the order through and stop canceling our orders, and we'll give him half of 120 inch screen. There's your solution right there. And if he doesn't send the paint, and if he cancels it, then stop complaining about the size of his sample sheet. Because we're out of his screen paint here. Those are the only two things we have here of this product. We can't make any bigger screens with it if we don't have the product here. And we have tried to place the order for the product, but he keeps canceling the product. So don't complain to us about his screen size being so small. You complain to him how come he's not shipping over to us so we can do a larger screen for him. That's a personal message to the Crow Boys. And came in the room and they're upset. Talking about, oh, it's not fair. Look at the size. Keep in mind his sample sheets were larger than the official sample sheets by Elite Screen and so forth, the official size screens. So, he still had a bigger size screen. But if you want him to have an even bigger screen, you contact him and you let him know, hey, send Ken over that paint that he requested so he can do a bigger screen size for you, and you will show him. Go ahead. Don't complain to me about that. Can't make any other screens with this product. We don't have any more of it left. We just have the sample sheets we have here. That's it. So in order for us to do a larger screen, you're just going to have to go back and ask him to send us the paint. And he's not going to send it to you. Now, if he doesn't send it to us and he keeps canceling our order, well, that tells you something right there. Something's wrong. If you want a bigger screen size, I'll paint half of that 120 inch with this stuff, and we'll go down the other end with ours. As a matter of fact, I'll do a splatter screen. I will coat down the screen, and I will go over top of it with our technology. We just throw it against the screen. Now, right here, I'm showing you in this demonstration, our technology is supposed to be that dark. You're watching it right here with no problem. If I were to, somebody came and said, well, his technology is just as good because he's showing the beautiful colors and stuff like that. I switched it over to a contrast demonstration. That's when, boop, popped up. Now what? Where's the contrast at the screen? I can show you Batman. I can show you Tron. I can show you OLED demonstrations. I can show you outer space exhibits. What happened? Where's the black levels at? Nothing to say. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, this is his darkest screen paint. This screen's blending into his stuff. I can blend into, actually, like I did a demonstration where I blend into his personal mix. So Crow Boys, stop complaining to me about the size of the sample sheets. You contact your boy and have him respect our order. I'm giving you money. I don't think you need it, and I really don't think you need it at all, to tell you the truth. You have some pretty impressive stuff over there. I'm not going to call over here and call them this, that, and the other, so and so forth. I say his accounts are suspicious, and they are. Because, like I said, this should be a category on his page. If you're selling multiple items, there should be a category on what you're buying. You're buying car parts, you go to AutoZone. It doesn't just say you got brakes. It tells you what kind of brakes you have and this, that, and the other, and the model to your car, and blah, 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 blah. It's a detailed receipt, so if something goes wrong, you can take it back and you can match it. There's no way in the world you'll be able to get that taken. You can take it back, but there's no way in the world you're going to be able to prove that you actually prove that. You're going to have to bring up some more evidence. Because he could honestly say, well, I never sold him that. And he could have made that up himself. He could have printed that label himself. He could say a number of things about that, claiming it's not him. This is what I sold him. What's on the receipt is what I sold him. I never sold him anything like that. There you go. That's why it should be a category there. Now, as you notice, we're not doing, I did a contrast demonstration. Oh yeah, it's still showing. It's not black, as you can see it. Now, if I did that's a camouflage black. If I do a Sony, well, first I'm going to put a Sony 4K. Sony has a black contrast demonstration. I think it's one of the best. It is dark on that screen. Oh, and the other one, I forgot the name of that company, but they got another one. They got another dark demonstration, which I do like those. Can't track down. I'm going to track down the exact video. It's going to take some time. I'm going to track down the exact video, and I'm going to do exactly, because like I said, when this product gets here, we got to do everything toe to toe. Let me see. I'm going to go up here real quick. No, we need to come out of here. Thank you. And we need to bring up. Let's see how long it takes to respond. He should have got that email by now. Unless he's watching and he's deciding not to do it. But the ball's in his corner right now. We already made the first attempt. We put an order through. He canceled it. We'll do it again. And his excuses are not adding up at all. Oh, they should have put a keyboard with this. Still can't pick it up. Still not picking it up. Crazy, isn't it? I just put in Sony contrast demonstration and it's still not picking up. Their search engine sometimes scares me. I can put this in Google. It'll pop right up in no time at all. It makes me think I should have just stuck with my Googles. There we go. That's what makes the 12 different from a UV. 12 is full 100% contrast. So you can blend his colors. We can blend his white levels. It'll be pull a white level a tad whiter than ours. Because like I said, our screen's black and our screen's actually much darker than it. But we can pull a white level easy enough to, you can see it where it's green. It doesn't make our screen so dark you can't see or you can't make it out. So you can see that right there from the video. But we can pull a contrast level and it just leaves the screen right on the open. That's what flaws the screen. So if, like I said, if a UV mix being this dark can't keep up with the 12's contrast level, what do you think would happen if I do a personal mix or Frankenstein or any one of the screens that are slightly lighter than that screen? This is why we're asking him to do the demonstrations where the first challenge was I had a 1,000 lumen projector at 11 feet hitting the screen, and in that challenge I could only display white levels on my black screen, where on his personal mix, where he had his projector there that had something like 1,000,000 something to 1 contrast, he was supposed to display black levels only in a well-lit environment. Challenge never done. What was the other challenge? There's a couple other challenges we put up there were never completed. The last challenge was for yesterday. I have my ultra short throw there in the room now. I asked him to do a starfield demonstration. Never done. And that's against blue technology. And that screen's blue. That's going to be a very hard screen for you to come against. See how your screen fades when it comes to red? There's even contrast in red, believe it or not. There's contrast and white levels in red. Screensaver snowstorm.
Getting that from YouTube.
So as you can see here, my image is supposed to be super dark. This is a snowstorm. It's supposed to look like this, which he's placing his video. Oops, just kicked the daylights out of y'all, my stand. Sorry about that, my bad. Mouse says deactivated. Supposed to be, my image is supposed to be that dark. So that's how dark it's supposed to be, laying against human skin. And we have a snowstorm over there where my screen is basically showing a nice bright image. Mind you, keep in mind that the screen paint he is displaying, this is how dark, remember we just did the snow demonstration of how dark the sky is with the guy coming down the hill. That's how dark it was supposed to be. Let's go back to the skier. Let's go back to the skier real quick. I'll try to look at that for a minute. This is where he's pointing out that my image is supposed to be that dark. That's really interesting. "4K Media Group, Red Bull." The stuff these guys do on Red Bull are freaking insane. Quite impressive though. Let's look at that, how that's supposed to be that dark. As a matter of fact, hold on. LG snowboarding. So that's how dark I'm supposed to be. Even from a distance, you can see how dark that is. Yeah. Okay, that camera go back in. Now, see me going down the side of that hill like that? But yet, this is what I'm supposed to look like. Sorry about my stuff being knocked around like that, people. There you go. "4K Birds" YouTube. There you go. There you go. See it for yourself. This is why this Crow Screen Paint makes the best for your money. That's why. You know what they call that in the legal world? It's called slandered. That's what it's called. If you don't know that, if you basically, like when I do people's screens over here, we show them for what they are. We do all the demonstration. You get a chance to see how the screens are going to react. That's how you see. But when you deliberately mix a product with a chemical to tamper with it to make it look bad, and then spread a campaign like that, it's called slandered. Go to court for that. You get sued for that. A lot of money. Sued for a lot of money for that. Yep. It's called definition of character. Look it up. The real law. You get sued for a lot of money for it. A lot of money. Depends on how they take it. They take it to small claims courts, around $50,000. But if it goes outside small claims court, then you're talking about $250,000, $500,000, on a lot of money. And some of you are saying, well, person couldn't pay that. It doesn't make a difference. They slap you with a lien, which means you can't get anything. They can garnish your income tax returns. They can pretty much take everything from you. They can even go as far as even basically taking your house from you and auctioning off all your stuff to pay off that debt. And that will stay with you and with interest for the rest of your life until you pay it off. That's why you gotta be careful what you do. That's why when I come out here and I do demonstrations against these high-end projection screen companies, I'll show you which ones will work with ultra short throw. I say, well, look, this is not going to work with an ultra short throw because it clearly says it can't work with it. You ever seen me take any one of those sample sheets outside? Nope, you never have. You know why? They're not designed for outside. These are indoor projection screens only. There's no point in me taking them outside because they're not constructed for that. If I take them outside, they're not going to do that well because they're not designed for it. Therefore, they can slam me with a lawsuit. Now, if I do a side-by-side demonstration, my screen pulls a better contrast than theirs, then that's showing it's not slandered because I'm showing my screen pulling a better contrast. But if I'm using a screen that's not designed for ultra short throw, and I'm doing that demonstration knowing that that screen's going to turn dark automatically, then there I'm in trouble. See? That's why when I sit there and say I can't use these certain screens because they're not compatible with short throw, so we have to pull those to the side. We just use these for right now. Now, as for the now viewing cone, I do that with a long throw. If a screen shows a narrow viewing cone with a long cone with a long throw projector, that shows me right there that's a form of reflective material, and that's not going to go well usually with ultra short throw or short throw projectors. They come out really, really black when you do that. So that's why they have their own form of ultra short throw projection screens dedicated for that purpose, because the screens are not designed for that. Now, they do tell you this, and they tell you this. If you read through the instruction manual of a DMP Supernova, it will clearly state that their screens do not work well with ultra short throw and short throw projectors. They will put that information in there for you to find out. So I do make sure I read through what they have on the screen. Like if I'm doing, like I said, certain screens, I know that they can't handle certain calibers of projectors. It'll say right there, right on the back of it, it'll say, okay, this one's with this form of projectors, but that many lumens, I have to follow those guidelines. I can't go in there and throw a 1,000 projector on a screen that was not designed for that. So it'll say it right there in the bottom of that description. Like, okay, real quick. Because I like to back everything up, you know. Sorry about this. Some of the stuff on the back of it is a bit worn out, because like I said, I use these over and over again, but within this description in the back of this will tell you what you can use it and what you can't use it for, if it's ambient light rejection, stuff like that. All that information will be in the back. So I have to read through all that to see exactly how well it's going to work. Let me get my overhead lights on real quick. I don't use them that much because I have a short net light, but I've been trying to get it fixed for a long time. See, they'll say certain projectors and stuff like that, you know, what kind of lighting it can be in, stuff like that. I'll have all these different things up there that what you can use, you know what I mean? So like, you know, stuff like that, they'll have in the back of it, and specifications, stuff like that. They'll have in the back what's compatible with features and all that stuff, clean instructions, all that stuff. So this is the size of an official sheet that you would get from usually most companies. And the one we had for Crow was quite large. So like I said, if they feel that the sample sheet that I'm using is too small, then guess what? We don't have more of his paint. We just have what we have here. If you want a larger size, then you're going to have to get him to send us over that paint. That's what you're going to have to get him to do, because I'll paint the whole side of a screen for him. All right, so now you can see already when watching the demonstration what he's displaying. Interesting part, the white sheet of paper is coming very close to his screen. So what you just saw a few minutes ago in the demonstration that I just displayed in front of you compared to what he's showing you now. This is slanted right here. So Crow, if, you know, when I get things situated, and things have to be situated first before I make this step, because like I said, some of this stuff is psychological damage about me moving about and being around other people. I am going to follow through on this. Like I said, I told you before that, I mean, it took a lot from me to get up in the morning to go to the post office to set up the shipping box and get everything upgraded on the account, because I had to go in there in person to get that taken care of. So if I went to those great lengths to get that done, I'm definitely going to take the great lengths of walking into a courtroom. And keep in mind, I will have my attorney request me paint that screen in that courtroom. So if it displays the same thing here, and it will, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do, because keep in mind, you can delete your entire account. Every last video you make has been forwarded to an attorney. Every text message, every strange email, even the phone calls I get from him. He calls me anonymously all the time. So he calls me on my business line. Now my business line is running through Comcast Business Class, which means they can basically trace your number if I request it. So that's why I tell you, be careful about coming on here and making prank calls, because this is not running through my cell phone. This is running through Comcast, their business calls and stuff like that. And they have a bit of a security protocol where they can trace your number. So let's see. I'm not going to, his number never comes up. He always puts himself down as anonymous. So he comes down as anonymous all the time. Make sure we don't click anybody in there. That's Mr. Crow. And this is the date. It'll come up. And that shows you how many times he calls my phone over and over and over again and again and again. So there's a log of every time he calls in on where it comes from and who's making the phone call. So this has been building up for 5 years. There we go. That's how dark our screen is supposed to be. Quick demonstration. All right, so let's go back and check our emails now. Let's see if my order has gotten canceled. So we'll come back over here real quick. Let's see if we can check my orders right here. See if it went through. Let me see. So I got another confirm here. An order, okay. That's my order. There's another one right here. There's an update right here. All right. From the details. Everything's good. Like we might be getting our paint. Looks like he's not going to cancel. He shouldn't. Like I told him, don't cancel that order. You already look bad as it is. If somebody's not doing what you're supposed to do not cancel that order. Let it go through. And Crow Boys, if you want a bigger sample sheet with a bigger screen painted, you contact him and tell him to ship out that paint because we don't have any more of it left. We just have what's left on the sample sheets. That's it. So we'll see tomorrow. So I'm going to log out of here. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll give you an update whether or not if the order was canceled or not. And like I say, if you canceled the order, then you Crow Boys are going to have to go back and try to ask him why. Because, like I said, we don't have, only thing we have is just samples. We want to do a big screen for him, but we can't do that unless we don't have the paint here. So you're going to have to go back and we're still going to do the demonstrations regardless because they are official size sample sheet samples. Okay, we're still going to do it. But like I said, if you want that bigger screen, you're going to have to go back there and convince them to keep that order going so we can have this shipped out to the address. All right. Okie dokie. All right. So all is well. Let me make sure we go in and just do a refresh on this page. Make sure that everything is legit. Nothing's been canceled. All right. So make sure everything got an update here. Update there. This is for today. Make sure we're all good. All right, because it would say cancel right here. If you cancel the order, it would say this right here. We would get this little message right here from eBay. It would tell us that our order was canceled. He canceled it. That's how we would know if he canceled it. But it looks like everything is going well, so like he's not going to cancel it. Okay. Well, as you all know, let me go into my account right now and send him a message for the Frankenstein mix so you all can see that. That's what we want. So there's no mix-up or no confusion, which means we get something here that's not supposed to be here, you know, or he'll probably say, I sent you your own paint, that line right there. That doesn't make you look good. It makes you like a scammer. If I bought something from you and you send me my own product back to me and kept my money, that makes you a scammer. So don't use that line. You hurt yourself on that one. Let me get out of here real quick. I'm going to go back to the other eBay account. Now, these are my backup accounts. As I said before, I have backup accounts because when I purchase from a unfamiliar website I'm not used to, I'm protected through my PayPal, but my post office box, I want to be doing business with that company. I want to make sure the product gets here is legit. We all basically go through the whole entire process, and if it's good, then they get the original address and I can have it shipped here. But this character right here is something else. But anyway, okay, which one is this? This one is in that one. Okay, we're in that one. Yeah, let's go back into our eBay. All right, so there's the order right there. I don't see anything being canceled. I got you guys in the right spot or the wrong spot. There we go. There's the order right there we just made. We made this order twice. The first one was canceled. And we're going to go in and actually reset our page to make sure that everything is good. Nothing's been canceled out. Okay, so everything's good. We don't know. He might be asleep right now, so he might get up tomorrow morning and see this notification pop up, and he might go, you know what, I'm going to cancel his order out. We're going to be getting this. If he pulls through, we'll get this December the 3rd. We get this December the 2nd, which is good. Let me see. What else we got? Any messages popping up here? We got any messages popping up? Your order was canceled. This order was canceled right here. The first one was canceled right here. Let me see. So the order was canceled. Right there. It's a cancel order. Okay. So I wonder, this is what I want to do. Let's see, let's go over here real quick. Let's go back in here. Let's see if we can bring up, any of the email addresses that came up. I'm pretty sure he should have something there we can contact him with. Anything here? Let's see. There's a transaction right there. I paid $5 for tax. 75 shipping was $23. Order came 104. That's what it came to. Item number, all that stuff is there. So let me see. I still haven't had a chance to go into my gaming room and play my game. I played a little bit of it, but not too much of it. Okay. I need to go back in a little more. Let's go back in. Cancellation details. Can we contact the seller? I need to contact the seller. That's what I need to do. Because I'm still going to have to email him somebody. Let's he's watching this message where we're asking him for the Frankenstein mix. But like I said, I need an email to basically confirm it. So I'm going to have to go there. If his email address, information has to be here. If it's not, then I'm basically going to have to go in and try to get a request from eBay, so I can basically go in and contact him directly on what I want. Keep in mind, since we're here right now, you know, I mean, I'm sitting here having this conversation. Having this conversation with you all. So it should be something here that will allow me to be able to contact him or talk to him. But until then, you all got my recording here. So, you know, I'm doing this live. So, you know, I'm going to say it one more time. Crow, we have ordered your screen paint. Your payment has been sent to your PayPal account, however way you receive your funds. I will be requesting the Frankenstein mix, just to know that it is noted as of today. What time have we freaking got here in the day right now? I'm up in the morning. Should be freaking asleep. Then again, I'm not going back to sleep. So it is over here in Philadelphia. It is 3:51 right now, and I'm requesting a Crow Frankenstein mix. You know what it looks like? The guy with the creepy Frankenstein dude on it. That's what I want. Sorry, but I'm kind of excited about this. That's what I want. That's all I want. And keep in mind, we're going to do it's not going to be what you think it is. Like, we're not going to do you how you do us. We're going to keep everything honest and by the book. We're just going to put you through all the rigorous testing that we put our screens through. And you will have to go against the 12 blue. I'm not going to put you against the Sun Killer because you wouldn't be able to withstand it. None of our screens could withstand that screen. So, no, they would. My screens literally couldn't pass that test at all. No. Like, Ken, what is the Sun Killer? What is the Sun Killer, Ken? I think I have my account here. That's better if I put in this one. Better off. Did I spell that wrong? Nope. What is the Sun Killer? I should show you the Sun Killer. If you ask to see the Sun Killer, I should show you the Sun Killer. It's it's funny because we started on at a conversation with a customer. We had it before, but we just never did do anything with it. I mean, you know, didn't do anything with it. The customer was talking about, how he wanted to advertise outside in direct sunlight. Like, you guys got anything like that yet? And I'm like, yeah, we do got something like that. We just been sitting on the back burner, getting forgot to do with it. These are some of the first images we started showing on it. Outside. Push through a window. 1,000 lumens. That's the one we don't have right there, the 36. Yeah, sunlight. The interesting stuff about technology is the fact that you can't see anything on the opposite side. That's how much light is pushing through the screen. But the screen reacts the opposite way, which means on the opposite way, outside, when the sunlight hits it, it filters sunlight into actual ambient light, actual gain. So imagine being able to filter sunlight into a gain that actually enhances the screen's ambient light projection capabilities. Now, for those who are saying, oh, that's insane, that's not possible. Actually, it is possible. That's how much light is reflecting off that screen that is generated from the sun that's causing the cameras to basically get those squiggly lines back and forth. Now, let me show you a more clearer image. That was 36. This right here was out on the deck using 1,000 lumens. There's the 1,000 lumen projector right there. I had to pull my awning down. My awning was in the way. Mind you, the plexiglass is on the outside of the window. Usually when people do those demonstrations for front and rear technology, they always have the plexiglass inside. Now, I've done that a few times myself, but to make the test even harder, I put it on the outside. With the plexiglass being on the inside, it's actually protected by the windows and the walls and everything, and that allows the screen to heighten. On top of that, in the background, they always keep it nice and dark in that environment because the less light that's pushing through the back of the screen, which means the image has a better chance of producing the image through the front of the screen. But to make it hard, I actually turned on the lights, put a 1,000 lumen projector in, and put the screen on the outside of the window, knowing it was going to take in a ton of light through the front, which means it's actually filtering light from the inside and the outside at the exact same time on only 1,000 lumens. Hooah! Yeah, I told you when I do this is what I mean by brutal demonstrations. Now watch all the demonstrations. People when they're doing theirs, they got the screen inside, got a high-powered projector. You know what I mean? They got the environment dark in the environment behind the screen. It's always dark behind the screen. Yep, I'm watching all the time. So I said, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna do the ones that they won't do. Let's do the hard ones. Now, I was sitting there on camera before I started that because I wonder if I stick that screen outside, I wonder what would happen. See right here, this is a message to Elite Screens in your Yardmaster. I know you make an all-white screen called the Yardmaster. This is just a little reminder, if you ever want to do a challenge outside, that's what you're going to be faced with. Whatever it may be, and you want to go outside and do a demonstration against that 12, you let me know. But I'm showing what's going to happen to you if I pull my screen out there against your screen. Yes, sirree. Like I said, I don't back down from a challenge. Yeah, that's why I do the hard demonstrations. I do the hard demonstrations because it just shows my customers what they're getting. There I am watching Batman outside. Look how bright it is outside right now. So if you have a company and your business is basically doing entertainment for outside with projection screens and all that, you can start firing your projector up around 6 o'clock. Not only that, you'll make more revenue. And then on top of that, your competition couldn't keep up to you because while they're trying to figure out how to get a 7,000, or they got powerful projectors, 7,000, 8,000 lumen projector outside for their venue to pull up on a screen that can't do it, we can do it on a projector of 4,300 lumens. I can do it at 1,000 lumens. So once by next year, once we start developing a more advanced coating for converting your inflatable outdoor screens into black technology, because yeah, we're working on something interesting in black technology for outdoor use. That's it. We will dominate 100% of all outdoor screens because that technology can do that. And companies will line up because the bottom line is they'll be able to make more money and more revenue. And on top of that, be able to compete with their competition. If their competition gets the same thing they get, then that's a different story then. You need to start adding in free popcorn. If COVID didn't exist, I could walk into a drive-in movie theater with that video sample and I would have an order by the time I walk out of there. Heck, I've gone into Best Buy just to check out what they had in their TV section, just out of curiosity. And end up having a conversation with a sales clerk, and he'll go, "Well, what kind of screen are you looking for?" Like, no, these are too small. Because at home, I got a 150-inch on the wall, so these are way too small. I can't do anything with this. Not to be, but that's how it is in my head. I can't. I'm used to having bigger screens. And then I go, "What kind of screen you have?" I say, "Well, I got a projection screen set up." "Oh, I don't even know how you can deal with that. I mean, you turn on the lights, it washes out. You got to be in the dark all the time." Then I pull up my camera and I'll show them that 150-inch screen displaying either in the backyard, inside my house, in a fully lit environment, and that boy's jaw will drop right there. At the end of the day, he walks out the door. Well, actually, I walk out the door with nothing, and he ends up making a call for me to actually upgrade his screen. Because that's how these screens are portrayed. They're washed out, the colors fade, you can't use them for the environment. You got to be subjected to the dark all the time, that's what you go through. Nobody wants to go through that. I had to get some more time on my scanner too. I haven't been on my scanner the last couple of days. Fishy playing in the background. I'm looking for the sun killer. There we go. Here's the sun killer. So I want you to look at the first. I want you to see how much light we have hitting through that window. This is how much physical light this screen is taking in. And actually, is filtering through the screen. So you can see the sunlight passing through the windows. This is why we make that statement about that sun killer. That's the nickname it has, it's a sun killer. If we stick your screen out there, it's going to get fried. That screen is designed strictly to generate light and to gain. So as you're looking at it, I don't see, and it's not impressive to me. I don't see anything. I see the image right here looks better than here. That's what you're probably thinking, right? Yeah, it looks way better than that. Ken, what are you talking about? Come on, man, you must be losing your mind. Yeah, I could be. Let's go out front to my house in the front, which I never go in there anyway. I got something there that's jacking me up. I'm allergic to it. There you go. There's my screen right there displaying. Beautiful fish. And you can see that it's not laying against the glass. It's actually pushed out from the glass. So the projector has to travel a little farther to make contact with it. That's the first stage when we had it at 1%. At 50%, it's going to be insane. Once it reaches 100%, that's it. You can see the bright yellow on the fish, the red, all that. Now, the screen's not going to be that color. It's actually going to be black, but it's a new coating of black that has 0% paint in the coating. 0%. It's going to be the first of its kind, 100% all code. No paint involved, but it's going to be black. Try to figure that one out. The problem with the chemical of paint, I mean, it's good and all, don't get me wrong, we can make it look amazing over here, but it doesn't go beyond where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go to another level. And right now, I love the paint, no, don't get me wrong, but there's something there in that chemical that basically is blocking what I needed to do. You kind of understand what I'm getting at here. It has to be pure in order for light to travel through it, or light to generate through it. It's like light traveling through light. You ever watch when two projectors conflict with each other? You got one going one way, one going another way. They can pass each other, hit a different screen on each one. Each one will display a different image without basically causing any conflict and any disruption of passing through each other. Now imagine having a screen that has that ability to be able to filter light that pure and that quick and that beautiful. There you go. Now you know where my head is traveling at now. Not enough to be able to have it hit the surface and code to be able to read it, but I want something where it can actually transfer light through the surface not only transfer light through the surface, but as it transfers through the surface, it actually generates the light as it's pushing through, causing the image to become brighter. And then you mix that in with a code that has the ability to be able to read the color from the projector, and then you have the ultimate screen. Because the more light that travels through it, the more it generates, which means if the sun hits it, it generates the image. It makes it even brighter. It doesn't fade. It doesn't wash it out. Ah, there you go. Told you I'm always thinking on another level. So while these guys are sitting here in the dark struggling, I'm in another world right now. I'm in a completely different universe. And that's why I displayed that screen, just to show you exactly the level that we're on right now. All right, well, I'm wide awake. I'm not going to be asleep. I'm going to go over here and build my cardboard screen. I'm going to finish that up real quick. Got notification from the 7,000 lumen Christie projector. Oh my God, it's going to be a powerful projector. 7,000 lumens. Do you have any idea what that's going to look like if I hit one of my screens with a 7,000 lumen projector short throw? Oh, it's going to be crazy. That's going to be absolutely crazy. Oh my God, it's going to be crazy. But anyway, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. That's going to be insane. I can't wait. I've been doing so many demonstrations on such low lumen projectors. I want to hit it with a monster. See how this screen's going to react. Yeah, I'm kind of interested about that. All right, so it seems everything's good here. He hasn't canceled anything out, but then again, he could be still asleep. We'll know by tomorrow morning. I'll probably come back here around. I'll be back in here. Uh-oh, I got some messages popping up. Oh, my order was canceled. Did he cancel my order? Oh, come on. No. Come on, dude. You didn't just cancel, did you? Hold on for a minute. Let me see what's going on here. All right. Confirm order. We had confirm order. Maybe it's just the order. It's got to be the order. Canceled me again. Cody? There's confirm. That's the confirm right there. Witness confirm. This has got to be old. All right. Confirm order was confirmed. Okay. That's good. But I got two of them here. Let me see what's going on here. Right there. Okay, so we got two messages here. This is the new one. This is right here. So right here, this is the new one. We'll click on this one first. And this one, he says, I do not do shipping. Here we go, right there. So this is what he's writing to me now. He's writing to me, don't ship to P.O. boxes. It's shady. It's shady to ship to a United States Postal Service certified shipping box. Okay, we all use them, so, you know, it's shady. All right. And we get stuff shipped there all the time, but it's a shady deal to ship to United States Postal Service boxes. Stop harassing me. Stop your obsessed with me. Blah, 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 blah. So basically, we're just trying to get a product from him, and this is how he feels, that we're harassing him to get the product from him. But yet he harasses my customers just to get paint out of them. Okay, I can see he probably canceled our order again. So we're not going to order again from Mr. Crow. He doesn't want our product over here at all to begin with. And Crow boys, don't come into my channel complaining about the size of his sample sheet. If Crow doesn't give us any more paint, we can't paint bigger sample sheets or bigger screens. So you have to take that up with him while he's doing that. So he just canceled the order. And if you're saying he doesn't do business with con men, well, if you don't do any business with us, how do we have this right here under an unboxing? That was purchased on January of 2020. So yeah, and you did spend that money because I didn't get my money back and I still have your product. All right, so yeah, he canceled us again. He's trying to get up and cancel it. So let me see what we got going on here. So that's one that's right here. And right here he says, sorry, if you want to exchange for the blue, let me know. So now he wants to exchange for the blue. That's what he wants. Blue is going under patents. They're going under patents right now. But I've already done your demonstration of your UV, which is the darkest screen paint you make against the blue, and it can't compete with it, even at the screen at this early stage. And we did this already against the personal mix. Now, we have requested for a product that you do have and you do sell. As I stated before, that the blue is still in testing. It's still going under paperwork for patent pending and copyrights and trademarks. But when the blue is available, you are more than welcome to come to my website and purchase it, just like you can purchase any one of my other screen paints on my website with no problem. And I will not cancel your order as you have done to me right here. So we have requested the Frankenstein mix. Crow has come in again and canceled. We also displayed how he slandered our technology, displaying his UV mix against our technology using white levels and so forth, things they expect for us to hide away from. And I told you he was going. It would be nice if he didn't cancel it, but he canceled it. So that's it. The only leg he has to stand on, he's going to say, well, he won't give me the blue. He won't give me this, that, and the other, so and so and so. You're not getting the blue until all the paperwork is finalized. No one's getting the blue until all the paperwork is finalized on it. And then once it's finalized, you can go buy it at our website, just like you can purchase our other paints. That's how we're going to do it. So that's it. And for him to say that, not to beat a dead horse to death, but the post office box, and I'm pretty sure we all here have used post office boxes before to get redirection of our mail or bills and everything else that has to be done. Keep in mind, if I'm going to move and I have to open up a post office box for the time being to redirect my mail, and keep in mind important stuff that's going to come there, like credit cards or debit cards or bills and all that stuff, driver's license, all that crazy stuff is going to go there. What better way to have that very just sensitive documents or very secure information going to a United States postal box? So by saying that it's a shady and unstable address, is completely just him saying that I'm not sending it there because I know the outcome. My screen's not going to do well. All right, well, Crow, we don't need your paint. We already have the sample sheet of the personal mix. I have enough of that there to be to do demonstrations off. I have the UV mix, which I just displayed a few minutes ago. When the paint comes in, we order from 2 individuals. Not only Crow, we order from a guy by named Screen Paint called Projector USA. We ordered from him and another one. We're going to do side-by-side demonstrations next to Crow to see how close they come to his product. Keep in mind, with these particular customers, I had no problem, merchants had no problem ordering their product at all whatsoever. Even though if we do the demonstrations here, we know they're not going to be able to compare to our technology, but I'm going to give them outstanding reviews anyway for basically handling things on a professional level when it comes to business. I was able to go in, make the transactions. They contacted me and say, hey, look, your paint's been processed. They send me tracking numbers. Everything was done. Everything was legit. Everything was done by the book. And I'll be buying from them from now on. If I'm going to have people who basically want to go a lower route, maybe they may be on a really serious fixed income and can't afford what we have, I can redirect them to them. Because I know it's not going to have the same credibility as our technology, but these are honest, good people. And I would basically rather promote them than promote this just jackal altogether, because this is uncalled for right here. This is that's very unprofessional. But anyway, it is what it is, people. You want to continue? I'm telling you, I'm not saying any way form that you do business with them. Don't do business with them. It's up to you. I'm just showing you what you need to see. That's all. All right, with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up here. Since I'm wide awake, I'm going to make myself a cup of hot tea, get myself some Oreo cookies, maybe watch a few boondocking demonstrations, and then start working on the blueprints for my screen, and maybe go upstairs and do a little gaming on the system, which I haven't had a chance to do yet. Yeah, okay, people. Well, be safe out there, and God bless.